Hello, everyone, and welcome to this watch along. Real Madrid versus Chelsea. Hello, Madrid. Oh boy, Frank Lampard's first Champions League game back as Chelsea manager for the second time. This is going to be interesting, guys. I'm looking forward to this game. Whew. Let me know what your predictions are, man. The starting lineup is out. Looks like Real Madrid hasn't really made much changes from um, the El Clasico and just regular season. You've got obviously Vinicius starting. Benzema is fit, so he's playing as number nine. You've got Rodrigo playing as a winger, which is nice to see Rodrigo back in the team. I think he can definitely give Real Madrid a different kind of option going forward. You've got Modric, classic Modric, first name on the team sheet between him and Benzema, obviously. You've got Cruz, you've got Valverde, you've got Camavinga. Looks like Camavinga is playing as a wingback, which is pretty interesting based on the app here that I'm looking at. So, going to be interesting to see. I'm thinking Real Madrid is probably playing three at the back, and Camavinga is actually not playing right back, but I mean left back. So, um, the game has started. Looks like for Chelsea, the biggest difference for Chelsea is obviously Conte's back from injury, so he's back in the starting lineup again, and Sterling is starting over Harvard. So that's interesting. I know a lot of Chelsea fans have been calling for Harvard to be dropped, especially when you have the likes of Aubameyang on the team. But it doesn't look like Aubameyang is still not on the team sheet. Oh yeah, because he can't play Champions League. I totally forgot about that. He's not on the Champions League roster for Chelsea this season. But yeah, it's good to see there's a bit of a change. Harvard's on the bench. Let's see how Jao Felix and Sterling how they partner up. It's going to be interesting because they're very. I feel like they're sort of similar players, but we'll see how the game goes. But right now, obviously, Real Madrid has kicked off. So and also, I have Jeff coming on. Jeff is a devoted Real Madrid fan. He'll be coming on, and I believe Eve as well, who is a Barcelona fan. But um, it's all going to be love in the show. Guys, leave your comments. You know, if there's anything you wanted to discuss, you wanted to talk about, what's your predictions for the game? I was talking to my one of my Chelsea friends, Aze, who was saying that he's predicting a 1-0 um, win for Chelsea. So optimistic, like we say, it's the Champions League tournament football. Anything can happen, right? It's one of those where um, the team that shows up. Oh, looks like lucky break for Jao Felix. Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. Good track back by Militao to cover the angle. Yeah, prevented that was a good cut in from Militao to block that option for Jao Felix to cut in and shoot there. Definitely good defending, man. Militao is definitely one of the best center backs in the game right now. Um, Definitely one of the best in the game. Brazil just has a lot of good defenders. It's crazy. Um, yeah, so like I was saying, Champions League football, 1-0. That's doable for Chelsea. They just need to get their act together. Ooh. Oh, there he goes. Jeff is in.
What's
Jeff's
up?
built.
What's
Oh,
up?
like
What's
for
up?
coming through. So.
Sorry, I had a slight heart attack on that counter attack as I was about to enter the studio.
Oh,
So
true. Yeah, the Jao Felix. I was just saying Militao cutting in. That was a great option because he blocked that. He blocked Jao Felix's options to cut in. So
Militao,
that was
he's the
Militao.
best
Yeah,
defender in the world right now. I don't care what anybody else. There's nobody near him right now as a purebred defender.
yeah, definitely. What's your since you're just hopping on? What's your take on the starting lineup? It looks like Real Madrid is playing
It's
three at the back because on the app
no,
it's showing
that's just when they
Camavinga as a
attack.
left back, but I don't know.
That's just when they attack. The
Okay,
I don't agree with me. I don't think Cruz and Modric should be playing starting together.
together.
But this guy will never drop. He'll never drop
Does
both of them for critical games.
does Cruz start a lot in La Liga, like
They
in the
kind of
league?
alternate. In La Liga, you rarely see them playing together unless it's the Clasico.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess he's old school. Like last time we spoke, right? Is he's trying to go for that experience, which didn't pay off in the last game, the last El
Do,
Clasico.
do you know? I agree. It is partly that, but it's also partly he is such a spectacular man manager. He can manage any type of player, personality, ego, and he does it so well. And the way he does it is by continuity, is by doing things that he's literally shown what he does with what he's doing with Kusa Modric. No other coach in current football of top 5, 10 coaches, that's a foul, maybe even a yellow, um, would start Cruz and Modric when you have Tchouameni, Camavinga, and Valverde on the team, all of which
Yeah,
are in prime form, all of which are in their early 20s. Camavinga, not even 20. When you look at that, it makes you really understand how Ancelotti operates. He's very, very focused on managing the players rather because for him football is simple.
yeah,
In the Apple comeback documentary, Comeback Kings, um, he there's a moment where the camera goes into where they work, where the coaches have the conversation. There's a whiteboard up with magnets on with obviously 11-11 and on
yeah.
the football pitch, and he's just like and this is where we work, this is where we have conversation. You talk about tactics and it's like, oh, and this board, this is where we draw up the plays.
Your master
It's just
plan.
like
Yeah,
it's only one play. It's simple. Just take the ball. It goes here, 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 here. Goal. Literally for him, football is simple, and
oh my
it's about the
god.
players who go out there. You need to give them the confidence.
Yeah,
You need to give them the security. You need to give them the recognition that they're the ones doing and putting into effort what you are dreaming up. And that's why I put coaches
yeah,
like Tuchel and Conte. Conte, I think it's a personality thing, whereas Tuchel, I feel like he has shown in managing Dortmund, PSG, and Chelsea that he lacks that, and
mm,
it really has impacted his ability to be um, for continuity. That's why you
yeah.
see him averaging 3 years at clubs. I will say this though, Ancelotti is playing a
Ooh, what
very.
happened there?
Camavinga took out Sterling.
Sterling. Oh, it's
Eduardo
funny when
Camavinga
you
needs
mentioned
that though.
about the board thing, because if that was Pep, the difference between Ancelotti and Pep, if that was Pep, you'd be seeing arrows just going all over the place.
You'd see multiple boards, multiple soccer
He
fields
probably
with
changes it like
yeah,
10 times just like before the game. Like it's crazy.
100%.
But
You'll even see it. It'll be like when we play against these type of opposition, when we play against these type, he
yeah,
literally has a plan. Funny. Cruyff said something I think was very interesting, and about Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, as you know, Jose, Pep, and the former Spain coach, former Spain manager,
Enrique.
Enrique. They all
Yeah.
actually coached assistant under Cruyff when he was at Barcelona, and
Oh,
um,
true. Yeah.
and Cruyff, obviously after Mourinho had been doing his thing, he said something about he made a comment about Mourinho, and he said Mourinho coaches for titles. He doesn't coach football. Coaches titles, he doesn't coach football. Something like that.
Yeah.
And Mourinho responded, "He's right. I do coach for titles. I'm still waiting to learn how you lose 4-0 in the Champions League final from Cruyff." I was like, "Oh, geez, this guy is ruthless." You know how Mourinho is, but that's exactly it, right?
Oh
You
my
know,
god.
they there's different types of coaching, and I feel like Ancelotti coaches.
Yeah.
He doesn't coach football; he coaches to win, right?
Yeah.
And whereas
Coaches the
Pep,
players. Yeah.
exactly, Tuchel, they coach football. Um, and
Yeah.
I think that's the thing about Klopp that I like, because Klopp is so simple with having only one type of football he's trying to coach. It allows him to work on and develop that player management so well. right? So that's how you see the
Yeah.
different categories of coaches. That's how I classify Ancelotti. I wouldn't say old
No,
school.
you're
I'll
right.
say
You're right.
traditional in that respect, because that's usually how coaches were in the past before the Cruyff showed up, and now you have Peps and
Yeah,
Tuchel
that
and
was
so
Alex
on.
Ferguson. Alex Ferguson was the same thing. He just managed the players.
Yeah,
Like he
he kept
had
it
coaches
simple.
around him. Yeah, he kept switching his assistant coach. He kept things like you said simple, but he just like you said, kind of Ancelotti. He managed players versus coached, football,
Yeah,
and that's why people like Mourinho, because Mourinho just I think Mourinho just he coaches games. He just coaches to win games, right?
yeah,
That's why he doesn't manage players well, and he doesn't coach football. So that's why he can only last maximum 2 seasons at a club
for so
because
long.
he's just there get the job done. If he
Yeah,
doesn't get the job done, then it's a train wreck, right?
yeah.
And
He can't stay
so
there
that
long.
makes sense.
That's a very good point. He can't stay there long because he he doesn't develop the relationships to be able to stay there. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have so many players that love winning. Everybody wants to everybody wants to love where they work, right? So even if you're a football player,
Yes.
you get millions and you're
Exactly.
winning, if you're not happy, if going to training ground and you have like Ancelotti, Rudiger, when he joined this season, he tells a story because there's been a lot of Rudiger interviews in the last week because of the matchup, right? Former club and all that.
Yeah.
Hazard was last year. Nobody cares about Hazard's Chelsea's with former relationships anymore. Um, and he told a story. He's like, when he came, to asked him about Ancelotti. He said when he came join Madrid, he'd barely been there a few hours, and he was in the back with his family barbecuing. And all of a sudden, he hears the doorbell ring. He opens the door, and it's Ancelotti standing in front of him, smiling. And he's just
Oh, you're true.
and he came.
Yeah.
He said he had dinner with us, and he hung out with us, and he got to know my family, and he didn't talk once about football. That that's a coach. That's a
Yeah.
coach. Now, that's not a manager. That's a coach. And I think people we
Coach.
always we think managers are the ones who manage. No, it's coaches are they're supposed to coach people. They're supposed to elevate the players not only on the field or the court, but also in their lives because they're
Yeah.
coaching a lot of people who are not even 30 yet. Like think about it,
Yep.
right?
That's so
This
true.
it's beyond the boss. It's as if like if you and I started school, so I started working full time our career jobs at 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
right? With our mentality back then, right? And would you want your boss to be more of a coach, person you spend 8 hours a day with, person who's supposed to mature you and take you to the next level? I think everybody has their own choices, and you're seeing right now Bellingham. Apparently, he said no to PSG already because he's not
That's
about.
good. That's a mature decision, I think, in my opinion.
Would you say you think that's what?
That's a mature. That's a mature decision. Ooh.
Yeah. That's why I think he can go to either
Oh,
Madrid or City. I think Madrid should just not fire Ancelotti. They can't. He let him stay until Cruz and
because he
Modric
could be
leave.
Cruz's like direct replacement, right?
Bellingham?
Would he be like Cruz's? Yeah, I will say so.
No, Modric. He's
Is Judah? Is he a Cam though?
Modric. Modric is our
No,
most creative center mid. He's always been our most creative center mid.
no. I mean like Jude Bellingham.
Bellingham?
Is he a
Yeah,
Cam? I thought he was just a CM.
he's an attacking CM. So you could say Cam, but I would say more of a CM role because the Cam
Yeah,
role
that's what I
doesn't
was
really
saying.
exist
Yeah,
right now.
because I think Modric and Jude could play together.
I think so if you have like Casemiro behind them.
Yeah, you're right. Because this is what I'm surprised that I guess Kamavinga is not really a CDM either. So
Like
it's
Cruz, like Bellingham will track back, but I think that's more youthfulness. But he track back slow. Like he
mm,
doesn't. I don't. I think he might benefit from going to City the most than coming to Madrid. But I think he'll have a bigger career if he comes to Real Madrid because you can always go to
Real
your you can always go to City. So you can always go to
Yeah,
England. Um, because I think Pep will help him with that. I feel like he's not a pressing guy. and I feel like that's the last piece of his personality, of his football brain
But
that
is,
he
is
developed.
but if he's not a pressing guy though, like wouldn't Real Madrid be a better fit for him?
No, that's what I'm saying. But I feel like he's so young. Dude is what, 19, 20? He
Mm.
is he can come to Madrid at 25. You know, he
Yeah,
could go learn
that's
from
fair.
Pep. Pep is as a Madrid fan, hard through and through. Anti Varsa. Yes, I called him Varsa. Um, I believe Pep is the best coaching mind and personality ever. Um, one, especially the way he deals with people like Cancelo. You see the way Cancelo left. You see the way Sterling left. You see the way Jesus left. You see the way Zinchenko left. They all left in different relationship points with Pep. Right,
Yeah.
from worst to best was probably Cancelo, right, and then Sterling, and then Jesus, and then Zinchenko.
Yeah.
Zinchenko was more of like, I gotta go.
He wanted. I
Jesus,
think he just wanted more game time, and he wanted to
Jesus
be
wanted more
the
game time,
a
right?
number. He
Just like
wanted to be the
Cancelo,
number
but
nine too,
Cancelo,
right? And
sorry,
he wanted to be the number nine as well. I think.
right, right. He
Yeah.
didn't want to play on the
What
wing.
happened with the whole Cancelo thing, though? I never really. I didn't read
So,
much into the whole story of what happened.
so what I read was that didn't, he wanted more playing time as well, but he was mad that he kept on getting benched, and
Mm.
Pep was sort of the mind of, well, I'll play you when I play you, like, this is, he was out of form, and he was trying to come back, and it was just like somebody else is taking over. No, it's not a penalty. Get up,
Yeah.
kid. Get up, Vinny. I guess we'll see VAR. But yeah, it seems
Yeah. You
kind
don't
of
want to be
close
getting those
to.
silly yellow cards so soon.
It seemed like there was a fracture in the relationship beyond just coaching and playing time with Cancelo.
Yeah.
Because Jesus, like you said, he left for playing time. Zinchenko left because he was guaranteed start at Arsenal. But
Mm.
I mean, Pep has been known to rub
Yeah.
some people the wrong way. Quality players.
That's crazy because Cancelo was like literally last season he was one of City's best players. So that's pretty interesting. The turn of events. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
Mm,
yo, it kind of touched his hand though. No. So I haven't had breakfast or lunch yet, so y'all gonna have to bear with me on this one.
yeah, I had rice cake. Those rice cakes, I had them in the morning. That's basically it.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know. I just do this like fasting thing where I just eat the rice cake just
same.
to hold me because in the mornings I'm pretty hungry, right? And I can't work out when I'm hungry. I don't know about that. Like some
Mm.
people can do it, but so I do that and then yeah, just basically coffee after the gym and however how long I can go. So sometimes I'll have dinner at like 5 p.m. just because it's like then have a light snack later.
No,
So ooh,
I'm the same way. I I don't I usually don't eat till dinner. I have
yeah.
my mocha, yogurt, a big full glass of yogurt,
Oh,
um,
nice.
and yeah, kefir yogurt, man. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I should definitely I need to get like I need to figure like I need to find a healthy one. I guess like the Greek 0% is probably a healthy option. I feel like the
In terms of yogurt,
healthiest.
there's always gonna be probiotics in there, but if you
Yeah.
maximize your probiotics with yogurt, that's the best yogurt, and
Mhm.
low fat.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. A lot of those have a lot of sugar in them. That's why. So
Well, yeah, you can
yeah,
get
that makes sense.
plain
Yeah, because I
plain
was
kefir.
watching. Yeah, because I was watching. I don't know if you know this channel. It's called Diary of a CEO. It's a
Mm-mm.
guy from the UK. Yeah, it's actually a pretty dope channel. He interviews like pretty much specialists in every field around the world, and he was talking to like a human like psychologist. I don't know what to call that guy, but he was talking about how like literally they can, based on your medical tests and all that, they can pretty much almost pinpoint how long you're gonna live up to the day. And I'm like, well, this is some craziness, right? And obviously, there's like genetics. There's family medical history, things like that. But they can kind of tell, which is scary. But the one thing he was saying is the best way to get high performance, especially if you're someone going to the gym, is burning fat. Is basically fasting. Like try it as much as possible not to eat first thing when you wake up, because something to do with, because when you wake up you're very hungry, so whatever you intake, your body is trying to hold on to those foods, right? So I can't explain the whole thing from what he was saying, but
No,
it's a really
that
good it's a
makes
really
sense.
good show. Yeah, it's a really good show. So
It's funny, eh? We grow up and all the things you learned when you're younger. The catch is, an
yep,
apple a day keeps the doctor away. You know,
yep.
those sorts of things. You're just like, okay, well, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's like depends on the type of breakfast.
Exactly
Yeah,
right. If it's
if you're having bacon, eggs, and sausage every day, it's probably not
if
that
you're
good.
having this North American breakfast, yeah, it's not.
So
That's not healthy at all. Oh my goodness. But I think everything is just in moderation, right? And making sure you're staying
that's a lot
active. I
of
think
it.
that's really the biggest
You just got and listening to your body. A lot of
yeah.
people listen to other people's interpretations of their own bodies rather than listening to their own
Mhm.
bodies.
Yeah. Oh, Rich James is gonna have a long day, eh? With Vinny.
hmm
Well, the right man for the job though. Definitely the right man for the job.
Especially since Fafana has a yellow, it made his day harder.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Oh yeah, because is he carrying the yellow from the previous That's it. That's it. I guess Eze's I was talking to Eze and he was predicting a 1-0 win for Chelsea. Looks
Oh,
like
what's he now?
that's been scrapped.
He thought Chelsea's defense was capable.
Well, you got to be optimistic, man. It's the Champions League; anything can
No,
happen. So he was feeling
no, to say they're
maybe
not going to score. Come on, that was Carvajal.
crazy. Man, what a pass though! Yep, that. Oof.
And Vinny passed that. Well, sorry, Vinny, like that was perfect.
No,
Like
no, no. He actually, yeah,
he
he tries
shot
to
that,
score.
but it was a perfect shot because it was low. It was low and soft, so Benzema could get there. If if
Yeah.
if if uh if it goes off target. Yo, I'm telling you, man.
Ooh,
To say
crazy.
come on, to say that this Chelsea, any team really in Champions League was going to keep Real Madrid from scoring, that's impossible. They have
Yeah,
Real
no,
Madrid hasn't
definitely. You're
gone to the
right. Yeah,
Champions
the
League
one
without
nothing was
scoring
kind of
in the knockouts in the last like 7
because
years.
I think I predicted I had predicted I think it was a 4-2, like a 4-2 aggregate score
Oh,
at the end.
aggregate.
That's what I predicted. Yeah, because I just figured, yeah,
Yeah, I can
because
see Chelsea
I
scoring two
know
goals.
Real Madrid will score, but they're also going to concede, right? That's Real Madrid for you. I don't think Real
Hmm?
Madrid keeps clean sheets.
Real Madrid doesn't keep clean
Oof,
sheets. No. Case in
Real
point.
Madrid now. Okay, exactly. Sterling almost completed my statement there. Oh my god.
Rhys James too.
Yeah, that's yeah. Speaking of, man, the game yesterday. Well, let's see what happens with this corner. Okay, easy. Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to Eve because Eve was talking about the Man City Munich game. Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean dominant performance? Like
You talking about,
that was not
you
dominant
talking about
from
yesterday?
City. Yeah, I'm like, also a good thing you chimed in because I'm like, am I? Was I watch? Am I lose? Am I missing something in that script? Because
You know what, man? The first half was 50-50. It was a goal I saw.
yeah,
Give it to on his left foot. Fine. The second half, Bayern came out banging. They
yeah,
were they were throwing in, and what people fail to miss is the selfishness of and Gnabry and Sane. Um, there were at least two opportunities, each of them, where they could have made the extra pass to the middle, and they didn't. But I
and
blame
lots in the
Tuchel
living room. Trust
because
me.
if Tuchel had, that's a yellow. That's a yellow, and for sure with that high, even
Ooh.
if it's in the opponent's box. Look at this. How is that not a yellow?
Let's see here. Oh no,
Because he got the ball.
no,
It was a
because
high brute, but he got the
his
ball.
head
Okay,
was
it's not a
pretty
yellow.
low
It's
too,
just a
right? His
foul.
head was pretty low.
Nah, his head was like
He
this.
was head was pretty
He
low
was.
though. That
Come
was
on,
pretty.
Josh. Come
That
on.
was.
His head was at chest
I
level.
guess it could be a yellow, but it would be a harsh one.
No,
I
no, I
think.
agree. It's not a yellow. I agree. It's not yellow. It's a foul, but it's not yellow. That's not a foul. Get up, yo. But just real quickly, because there's something I want to talk about. Let's see what happens here, though. Here comes James. Oh, food. Yo, this guy is having too much fun right now. Yo, I gotta say though, like we were saying about Bayern, those selfish plays, people forget about those. And Tuchel, if I also blame him because if he would have played Muller at least or Chupo, they would have made
Yeah,
that pass. You guys would they were getting around. It's not that they weren't getting around or through City. It's
yeah,
that City, they made it easy for City shooting outside the box, right? When they didn't need to, they could have recycled the ball. I thought that's what
yeah,
Tuchel does. Is Tuchel just pressing? Because Pep isn't just pressing. He's get the ball quick, get the ball and hold it as long as possible and recycle it by
yeah.
recycling it when you're on the offensive. So for me, to not take that into account, I don't think is right and fair to Bayern. I think 3 goals is harsh for them. It's hard. It's gonna be hard for them to come back without not taking goals. I can't see Bayern scoring 4 goals or 5 goals.
Even
At
if they
least
scored
at
the
least they're
one
home. Maybe
goal,
they can
that
keep
could
a
have
clean sheet.
been.
Maybe City gets a red card.
Yeah,
Maybe somebody gets injured. Who knows? I will say though, Davies was a disappointment, and he got that yellow early, so he couldn't really go beyond it.
but I think
And
David was not doing.
Upamecano,
He was Davis was not that bad. I think he was probably the most positive
Davies,
person going forward. But I think it comes to that selfishness, right, that we talk about with Sane. Gnabry, I don't know if he was selfish. He was just kind of not there. He was non-existent.
he was
Like
a
you're
bad
right. There
idea.
were so many moments.
He doesn't give you pace either. I don't know what he was there for.
Yeah, like and even though like Eve had mentioned that Tuchel didn't want to play Mueller because of the pressing, I'm like, you didn't really have to press that much. Like he's smart. Even when he came on, his positioning, he knows when
His
to
position
go
is
for the
smart.
ball. He knows when to press the defenders. That's what Mane would have given him, and that way Mane could have pressured the City defenders because the City defenders like Ake is great defensively, but at the same time, like if you pressed Akanji and Ake, come on, they would make mistakes as well, right? But the problem there was no pressing going on. There was literally no. I felt there was too many midfielders trying to do the job of a striker
Yeah.
as
Well,
well. They didn't have a focal point. They didn't have a focal point at all. Um,
do you know what I think happened? He ended up doing to Pep Guardiola what Pep Guardiola has done for so long.
overthinking it. But I
Yeah,
think he
because
should
the
have
number of times
changed
he's done
it
that,
by the
so
60th
many
minute.
midfield
He should have
nonsense.
made those changes, but I don't know why he just kept the same. And also, when Mane came on, I would have expected that he would have. I would have expected that he would have kept Davis. because that's an
Yeah, I was
outlet. That
surprised. I
that
was
left
surprised.
would have been dangerous. Like
I
having
was
Mane
surprised,
and Davis on there, that changes the game, right? I don't know who else does
especially with Walker not playing.
Alfie? Yeah. Who
Mm,
else does shout out to Alfie. Looks like his Alfie's a Real Madrid fan.
Alfie Paton,
Mm,
my man.
yeah.
I
Um who else does Munich have in the middle of the park other than Musiala that can play that role? Because Musiala he just
Muller usually plays that role that Musiala plays, where he's the
mm,
connection between the forwards and the midfield, defensive midfield. But he's better on his feet, right? One thing
yeah.
I don't agree with is that Gnabry should not have started, Muller should have started, or Trupo. Um, if you're gonna play Gnabry, why don't you play Mane? That made no sense to me. Mane, who's been pressing in the gegenpress with Klopp, why is Mane not starting? It made no sense to me.
And Tuchel just came from the Premier League. Like that did not make sense to me. That did not make sense.
Anyways, he
Like I've
overthought
never
it.
like Sane. I've always rated Sane as he's a good player, but I've just never. I just feel like he's one of those players. Like he just has. I don't know if it's his attitude. There's just something about him that just puts me off,
Muller,
and I don't think he's reliable. I don't like
Muller.
even for City. No, no, Sane,
Oh, Sane. Oh yeah, I agree. His
Leroy
attitude has
Sane.
been a problem
I
for a
just
lot of
there's something
people.
about him, man. Like he reminds me like a Deli Alley in a way,
No, no, no.
but I don't know. There's just something about him
Oh,
that
oh, chill. Well, I feel bad for you in this situation. Oh no, that's clean. So clean. He got rocked by Tony Cruz though. Um,
no need to.
You see how Valverde is now being the more defensive of the three.
Yeah.
Valverde is literally
Oh, like
lost the
when
box
you
today.
okay, so when you guys attack, he drops back.
Yeah. Now watch. He's gonna go into the. Oh no, I don't know why Vinny's not. Is he not looking up? Oh no, that's Rodrigo. My bad. Oh stop. Oof. Um. Yeah. Don't get me started with Sane, man. I was very disappointed with him. He should have taken out Gnabry or Sane for Mane earlier.
Yeah.
Um. And again, I don't understand why he didn't play Chupo. To be honest, I was kind of disappointed that and angry that Bayern, but it was more of like jealousy that Bayern had got fired Nagelsmann in the middle of the season in order to bring in
Yeah.
Tuchel. But now I'm very happy
Yeah.
because I'm like, if that was Madrid's top number, I'm like, just keep Ancelotti, just keep
Yeah,
Ancelotti.
that was too soon, man, because I have spoken to a few Munich fans, supporters, and they were livid because they liked Nagelsmann. They thought he was doing all right.
I,
Yes, they were not top of the league, but they were like it's one of those things. It's work in progress, right? And
but
he brought them this far into the Champions League after beating PSG, so it didn't make any sense.
funny
But I
enough,
think like
or
it was a personal. It was more personal than
Mhm.
football
100%.
related. So
And
yeah,
Eves referenced that a couple times, right? He
yeah,
said that he seems like he's read a lot about Nagelsmann. So I'd like to get his take next time we get him on. But Alfie, our predictions. I think Josh, what did you say? You said 4-2 aggregate
so I had put a 4-2 aggregate. Yeah, at the
for
end.
Chelsea.
No, for Real Madrid.
Smart guy.
I'm not that crazy. I'm not.
um, I'm gonna go with 4-1 with how poor these guys are at finishing. If it was
Mm,
anybody, if it was Chelsea of last year, I would say 4-3, which is what it ended up in the end. I think.
yeah, that's fair. I don't know, man. I guess like Aubameyang is in the
Oh,
he's not
Aubameyang is
registered
not
for
even is
Champions
he
League,
anywhere
right?
fit?
He's not registered.
Well, I
Sorry.
gotta ask Alfie, what's your predictions? Clearly a Madrid fan, so I want to know what your predictions are. Aubameyang is not fit. Has he even played a single minute in this season?
That's a good question. I think he's played. I think he played the first few games, like the first two games when he first returned. But um, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't even know what they're gonna do because they still got Lukaku as well. But I think Lukaku is probably staying
Right.
in Italy. I think he might just stay in Italy at this point. I don't see him coming back to Chelsea. Well, it depends on who the manager is. It depends if it's Conte. Imagine they bring back Conte, then I think he will. Then he will. What's it called? I think he might come back because he likes Conte. Ooh, I thought he was going to cut back. Why did he cut back? That was a good take on that. I would say 3-1 in aggregate. That's fair. That's a fair result. Because it might be tight. I don't know, man. It might be tight at Stamford Bridge, but you're on mute, I think. I'm not sure what's going on. Couldn't hear you.
This leg is going to end
Oh.
2-0 or 3-0 because I agree with Alfie in that respect. It'd be 3-1, 4-1. I still say 4-1. Just because Champions League, we love it too much. But the second leg, I see it as 1-1.
You think it'll be more defensive?
Definitely. He's going to play Rudiger. He's going to play Nacho. He's going to play. He's going to. I don't think he'll play Rodrigo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Start. I think Camavinga will start in the midfield, either with Chouameni or. Sorry, he's going to play in the midfield with obviously the three undroppables, I call them. Hey, Alfie, what do you think about the starting lineup for Real Madrid? They're up for it, though. I'll give them that. They're up for it. They look like they are a team that Real Madrid right now. They look like they're a team that is hungry to prove a point.
And also, you got to think about. We spoke about that last time, Ancelotti as well. Because if you don't win Champions League, then that's no trophies for the season, right? Because you guys did not. You guys lost in the cup as well.
No, we won the cup.
Oh, you won a cup so far?
4-0. We're in the finals against Osasuna.
Oh yeah, true. That was okay. El Clasico. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like playing,
okay, so I guess we could win a trophy this year, but still, though, for Real Madrid standards.
And ironically, Ancelotti pointed it out. If we win the cup, the Copa this year, he would have won all trophies up for grabs in 2 years. And there's clubs who don't even do that in their lifetime.
Like, how do you mean, like pretty much like the league?
Yeah, I thought he was off.
Yeah, but it all depends, right? Like Real Madrid is a whole different. It's just Florentino Perez, right? It's kind of like however he's feeling that day, because historically you guys can do really well, and it's still not good enough. But
I think
he's changing his ways. He might be changing.
He hasn't gotten senile in his own age, and I was actually concerned about that. He hasn't gotten senile, and he seems like he's appreciative of the old school. Like we like Nagelsmann.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard him say anything nice about anybody else. Like even Tuchel was kind of like if somebody else is available, Klopp he said something about. But like I said, Klopp is a transition between the past and the present in his coaching. He keeps it simple, but there is a tactic. There's a form of football he's trying to play. But his player management, his coaching he's a coach. And a young squad like this, he would do fantastic things with. So I think Perez, he appreciates that of Ancelotti.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good shout, man. I know you've been talking about Klopp for a while now, because I think you even said that Klopp is going to coach Real Madrid at some point.
Yeah, after he leaves Real Madrid, after he leaves Liverpool, he's coming to Madrid, 100%.
But when is that though? That's the real question. I think we'll see. I
Oh,
think
Liverpool's gonna
next
get
summer.
sold, and then he's gonna leave.
Yeah, I
Liverpool's
think it
gonna
depends
sell
on
their
what
soul, and
Liverpool
then he's
does
gonna
in the
leave.
transfer market this summer. If they
Yeah,
don't
well,
do
that's what the
much
guys
business,
say,
then yeah,
right? Because it's the Fenway Group, right? They've been trying to sell for a minute, especially with these pushes. Did you see in the Bayern game at the end? There was a Bayern sign that's the Bayern fans held up a sign that said, um, um, "Out with." Um, I guess the president of the owner of City, out
yeah.
with the Glazers and the autocrats. Football is for the people. They had a massive sign up in the
Ooh.
stadium saying that, and there's a shot of it. I Ironically, the shot is at the end when Bayern, having just lost and smacked 3-0 to City,
City, yeah.
they're clapping. They're clapping the fans who were up at the on the side corner. They're clapping them.
Yeah.
And so in the back you can see the sign from the Bayern fans. And I was just like, there's right now a big push against the autocrats, and they're scared that one a big push against these big ballers coming in and trying to make a profit off of soccer, and these autocrats who've come in to completely destroy the entity of
Yeah.
football, which is for the people. Um, Even though I do agree with Perez, the way things system is, it's not sustainable. Um, but I don't agree with their approach to in terms of the solution.
Yeah,
Nevertheless, I
like
will
in terms of
say
the
that
Super League, you mean?
sorry, yeah, the Super
Like in
League.
terms of the
I
Super
don't I
League?
don't I don't agree that that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Um, So, but we'll talk about that another day. I honestly believe that Liverpool Fenway Group are trying to. They want to get out now. They want to sell.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's fair.
so we'll see. I think he's coming. Like I said, after
And I think
Liverpool, and it'll
Munich
probably
is
be
kind of like Barcelona, right? They're owned by the fans, not one entity. I
who
don't think so.
Madrid.
No, Munich. Because Munich
Munich,
is
yeah.
similar to well, Madrid is owned by like
Madrid is owned by the
basically
fans.
the
It's a
royal
board.
family, right? Basically, kind of in a
No,
way.
no, no. It's a board. Madrid is owned.
But you guys
It's
are
run.
funded by like the Satanda, like the Spanish bank and the royal family, basically. From what I've heard, but I don't know how
I
true
mean,
that is.
they're not. I wouldn't say funded, but they probably have connections with. But
Yeah,
like,
and
so
support.
Perez, he had to buy into this thing. Do you know how much money you had to pay to be president? When you run for president, you have to submit a buy-in. It's kind of like when you become a partner of a firm,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, oh, true. Okay.
Yeah. So this guy, I'm pretty sure you had to. You think he put in, was it 50 million?
Yeah, because they talked about it in the Figo
Yeah,
documentary.
yeah.
Yeah, on
50
Netflix.
million. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Crazy.
50
But
million dollars.
but he was
So
like
that's what I'm saying. And it's
he
just
was
because he was a
wealthy
fan.
before.
No, I
Yeah.
mean he owns a construction company, the largest in Madrid, and does he's a baller. I think he has the company is global, and yeah, he's definitely a billionaire now.
Yeah.
But back then, like he's a Madrid fan, right? These autocrats like grew up in Madrid. He's Madrid, right? You have these autocrats that come in, and it's like if I was a billionaire right now, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy Real Madrid as much as I love them. Not like they would sell to me. I
I'll
would
buy a steak.
I
I
would
like
buy
I'll
into
buy
Madrid.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
it. I would be a member, but I would be like an executive level member. I'm not like this. That's the problem with these autocrats. Like not coming in to do anything football wise. They're just coming in to tell people how to spend their money. Sorry, spend their money and tell people how to that do with it what I've given you, as if they're coming in
Yeah.
and blessing the game of football.
No, that's fair. Yeah. No,
Like
because
Bowley,
like sometimes
do you think
it's not
Bowley is
worth
coming
being
in because
the
he actually likes Chelsea? Like, what's Bowley doing owning Chelsea? What is he doing? Is he a
yeah,
fan?
makes
Is he like what about Chelsea rings true to him? What is he like?
I
Man,
thought he was a fan though. I thought he was a fan of Chelsea. But
yo,
like
he's
I know
trying to
what you
make a
mean. Kind of
profit,
like the
man.
whole yeah, you're a fan, but are you coming in more for the money
He's trying to
versus
make a profit,
yeah, versus
100%.
like Florentino Perez from the Figo documentary. you could tell that he actually had a vision for the club. He had a
Yeah.
plan. He had everything, and at all cost, he was gonna make sure that he saw his plan through. Right? What happened?
Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Oh, why didn't you make the pass? He only had one thing
Oh,
on his mind.
so here we go. So in the second leg, I will play Rudiger instead of David Alaba. I think he needs a break in case they make the semis. Makes sense.
Mm,
Kind of like what you said. The Rudiger will probably start the second leg.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with that because Alaba, he literally is just coming off of, an injury that he came back too soon for and re-aggravated it. So I'd like to see him kind of be rested. He definitely is going to get rested on the weekend, man. I'll be very, just like Carvajal and Cruz and Modric are going to get rested on the weekend.
Yeah.
La Liga, mathematically, we can still win if all other
Else failed. Like
probabilities
if
come to
yeah,
light.
but there's got a lot of things that has to happen though for that to take place.
The sun has to set at a particular angle off of the coast of Dubai, not anywhere specific, just the coast of Dubai. And then at the same time, it has to snow in Toronto. Like it's so many
in
things.
in
It's
June.
20
I mean
degrees
in
right
May,
now.
right? Like
Hey, the snow in Toronto might probably still happen, but the
that
the
makes
other
sense.
20 things is not.
Oh my god. Chelsea's panicking. This
Oh,
is
yo,
from
how did
Limbo
your
Antonio. Sorry, Limbo Antonio. Chelsea's panicking. What type of lineup is this, huh? Lampard is just a waste.
Limbo? What's up? What's up? Sounds like
You know
you're a
what?
Chelsea
I
fan.
was looking to see. I was hoping to see a front three of Jao Felix. Um, who was I going to
Sterling?
put in the middle? Actually, because I thought Aubameyang was in the squad,
No.
but I was okay. I would like to see maybe Jao Felix as
Havertz?
the nine. Um, what's his name? The American kid,
Oh, Pulisic?
Pulisic. Yeah, Pulisic, and who else would I have put there?
Sterling.
And Sterling. Yeah,
I thought he was going to do 4-3-3 as well. I thought he was going to put center forward, make play the false nine with João Felix, and then play the wings with Sterling and, like you said, I guess Pulisic. But I would have thought he would have um, maybe played Havertz and
mm,
then played the midfield as he's done. This Chilwell, like the Fofana thing, I think the idea there was to help cover for James.
yeah.
And what you're seeing right now is that Fernandez is coming back, and he's the
So
one who's close. But the problem is when they lose the ball when they're going up, it's just Fofana. It's 1-on-1. James has to run, sprint back, and in order to cover the angle. And it's very easy for Vinny to predict what he has them. He knows exactly when help is coming, and it's coming from
yeah,
that far away, and he's having a 1-on-1. You can't stop him because that help is going to make the defender's job harder. Because he's going to use it against the defender's mind to beat them.
yeah, because you're
Right?
desperately trying to get back, right? So you're
Yeah.
not. That makes sense. That makes
But
sense.
Chelsea,
Yeah.
but Chelsea is panicking to Limbo's point. They're panicking. I mean, Frank really panicked ahead of time, to be honest, to put up this lineup because the three in the back doesn't add up. You don't. You should, if anything, do five. You're not going to come to the Bernabeu in the quarterfinals not having scored in your last 6 games, or I think it's 180 minutes of football. Limbo,
Yeah,
maybe you know the stat about
that's
last time
wild,
Chelsea
man.
scored, and come with 3 in the back. 5 was it 5 he has in the midfield? 6 he has in midfield. I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's.
doesn't make any sense.
I think yeah, because I think as usual, like everyone's trying to crowd the midfield. I think
Yeah,
that's basically what they're trying to do to nullify Real
Cruz and
Madrid's
Modric,
attack.
but Cruz
Yeah,
really he should just play 4-4-2. I think in fact, what's his name? Last year Tuchel played 4-3-3 in the first leg. We ran them. Because
yeah,
we surprised them how good we were to play out of the back. They tried to press Casemiro, but Casemiro was on something that day, and then Modric went off. But the interesting thing is that in that Tuchel in the second leg, he ended up playing 4-5-1, which kind of turned into a 4-4-2.
yeah,
And it worked. It was good because the whole idea was that Werner was going to be, coming in, getting in through the sides that Madrid had open because the center backs
Yeah,
just dropped so deep,
exactly.
right?
But
Um, kind of like how things this thing,
but
how
he
it
wasn't
started. Those
played though,
counter
because I
attacks they were
remember this
getting.
was last season. He wasn't played at all. Because
Who
remember he came on too late when he was like too late.
who?
Timo Werner.
He started
Because
the second
remember
leg.
that was
That's
the
when he
game
scored
that
the
was
two
like
goals. That's when
if
he
he
scored
had
the goal
played that game, things might have been different.
in the
Was that
first
that
leg or
game?
second leg. In the second leg, he scored.
Actually, no, no. I retract that. I was thinking about the. It was the Chelsea. It was a Chelsea City game. It was a sorry. It was Chelsea Liverpool FA Cup final last. Sorry, I got that game confused. My bad.
Mm.
My apologies. I was
No,
thinking the Liverpool Chelsea game FA Cup finals last year. But
Mm.
but you know what? This is what I was saying last season about Timo Werner, right? Like I think he gave Chelsea something that they're lacking. He gave them that intensity, and there was something about yes, he wasn't finishing his food, but he gave you something that it made defenders worried every
Yo, did
time
you
he was
say he
on the
wasn't
ball.
finishing his food?
Well, yeah, he wasn't finishing. Yeah.
Yo, I've never heard that before. You
Oh, I
killed me,
think I probably
man.
got it from some
No, that's
stream
a
or
good one.
something. Yeah.
I'm just
I think
saying,
it's
I'm
like an
stealing it.
English. I think it's probably an English slang kind of
Yeah, I'm
thing.
stealing
So
it for sure. In it.
yeah.
No, that was a good
But
one.
yeah,
So go ahead.
Alfie says, do you think Chelsea will bring Harvitz on in the second half? That's a possibly, but I might see him bringing Pulisic and Mount because he loves Mount, right? Like Mount's like
I
his study.
I
And
think if he
then you've
brings on
got
Mount, he's playing 4-5-1. If he brings on Havertz, he's gonna play 4-3-3. And
mm,
bring Havertz in probably in the 60th minute because in the end he doesn't want to go into Stamford Bridge down, more than 2-0. Even 2-0, he doesn't want that. Um,
mm,
so I think he's going to relinquish Fofana. Him on being on a yellow, he's absolutely useless now against Vinicius,
yeah.
and he's going to rely on somebody else to. Um, he's going to need somebody who holds the ball up. So I can see him putting Mount on more than Pulisic, especially on the right. One thing is I can see Sterling getting subbed and Fofana getting subbed, but we'll see.
I could definitely see it because Fofana is well,
Fofana's
basically
got
to
yellow.
Limbo's point here. Yeah, look, in a few minutes of the game, we already had two yellow cards. The three at the back really don't make sense. At least 4-3-3 much better. I'm watching from Namibia, guys. Ooh, African brother.
Yeah, yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to Namibia. Yeah, respect. Yeah, that's yeah, basically what we're saying is the yellow card, right? So I can
Yeah.
definitely see Fofana coming off
Who was the other
yellow
yellow?
card. So
I know Fofana got a yellow. Who is it? Fernandez? Hernandez? It's Hernandez. No,
um
it's Fernandez. Enzo.
no, just Fofana, I think, from what the app is saying.
Yeah, I thought it was just Fofana.
Let me
We have a
just
yellow
see.
in Kamavinga. But to your but exactly to that point, Limbo, the three at the back doesn't make sense at all. They're getting exposed. I'm just interested to see who he's going to put in on the right side because I don't think maybe Conte, Kovacic, and Enzo on the right in order to help James with Vinicius, but that right wing, man, I don't know. I feel like it should be a right mid, not a right wing. He should play to control the game, just really
Hmm.
slow it down. That's what he needs to play right now in the Bernabeu. He needs to play to slow down the game rather than playing um, to
To
to open up.
counter,
Yeah,
yeah, Real
yeah. The
Madrid's play.
counter
Yeah,
isn't working. You can't counter Real Madrid with Militao there. The guy can match anybody with pace in the front or strength.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's actually funny. I guess I made it. I guess I made it popular. Yes,
There you go,
I
man.
think I've been watching. I've been watching too much British content. That's my problem. Because sometimes it's
I mean,
funny because
it's hard not to during the football season, man.
yeah, it's funny because sometimes my girl would she would catch me in it because I would say something and she's like, "You sounded so English there."
In it. Oh man, that's junk.
Mistake. I meant one yellow.
I'll
Yeah, it
get
was
it.
just Fafana. Yeah, it was just the yellow. But hey, second half, the way Chelsea's playing, there might be a lot more. The ref might get busy. Uh, is anyone watching the AC Milan Napoli game at all? I told you. So, so part of my prediction, I actually had AC Milan beating Napoli. Jeffrey had talked about that on the weekend too. Just because I felt AC Milan was gonna want a revenge for Serie A, right? Napoli winning it, and then we saw what happened a few weeks back where AC Milan beat Napoli. I think it was 4-1 or something like that. So I'm not surprised that AC Milan is leading the charge right now. There we go. Also, guys, while we're on it, really appreciate those of you that have tuned in, those of you that have liked the channel. Please, if you can, those of you that are watching from Facebook, if you can go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button, would mean a lot. So it's youtube.com/@jsocials is the handle. It really means a lot to help us continue to give you this content. So really appreciate it. What was I gonna say? And also, if you guys, what are your thoughts on while we're halftime? What were your thoughts on the game yesterday, the Munich versus City game? Because that was definitely a game to watch. It was entertaining till Munich had a defensive mishap
Till they capitulated.
multiple times. So Alfie says, I think Chelsea should try 4-4-3-3, false nine with João Felix. Basically what you said, yeah. Which makes sense. That does make sense. And just overlap on the wings. There we go. And then I want Napoli to go through, but I think AC Milan will win. Well, they don't have Osimhen, right? Like you were saying, they're not the same without
Yeah, that's
Osimhen
massive.
playing.
And in fact, they just beat Napoli at home the
Hmm.
other last week, not this weekend that just passed, the weekend prior. Handled them like it was nothing.
Yeah, because even
Kvaratskhelia
when
was
you
getting
look
frustrated.
even the team on paper, man, like the team on paper, like AC Milan definitely has a lot more firepower. So crazy.
Ooh, AC is winning, eh? I didn't even book
Yeah, that's
that.
what I was saying because I had
Benacer.
predicted that. So, well, it's still early doors, right? It's basically the first quarter out of four because I guess the first half out of the four.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Kvaratskhelia. There was even rumblings at the beginning of this year that Real Madrid should get Kvaratskhelia for the right wing, and I don't know why. Dude is clearly a left winger.
Wait,
Um,
who? Sorry, could you repeat that?
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah.
They're
Who
saying
wants
that
them?
there were rumblings at the beginning of the year that Real Madrid should go after him and put him on the right, even though the guy's completely a left footer. And they were starting to rate him over Liao. And then that matchup, it was Kvaratskhelia against Liao because I don't think they played with Giroud. And
Okay.
the interesting thing was that Kvaratskhelia got frustrated. He couldn't do anything because he needs a striker who keeps both center backs or a center back and defensive mid there, pinned around the penalty box. Someone who he can put the ball up to, and somebody who he can use to cut in. Rafael Leao, that guy is a counterattacking machine, and I think for me, I said this last year and I'll say it again. If you're going to bring somebody to Real Madrid that isn't Kylian Mbappe for the attack, it's him because he could
Yeah.
definitely play on the right. I love Rodrigo, but yeah.
No, he's more effective. Like, yeah, you're right. Because he's a player that Liao has been a player that I've been watching for a while, and then you really spoke a lot about him last season. Like you really
Mm.
did, and yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he's definitely one of the I'll say he's probably one of the top wingers right now in terms of
Oh yeah, easily,
attacking. Yeah, like
easily.
he's still that player that yes, he can cut in and shoot. He can take on five different guys, but he's still able to stretch the pitch and cross in. Like a classic winger. Jeff, I was going to ask you, what do you think about right back? I mean, right wingers in the game. I feel like that position is dying.
It's not
Not
that it's
dying, but I
dying.
don't
Is
think we have enough
no,
people
yeah,
that are good at that role. Is
but
what I'm trying to say.
it's interesting. I feel like it's been like that in football that you just have way more, and the demand is weird. It's like I don't know why the demand. It's almost like the demand is not
It's flipped on
more.
its head. It's flipped on its head because in the early '90s, early 2000s, there was a lot of good right back. I mean, right midfielders, like right wingers. There was a lot of them. That was like the classic number seven. Every team had their number seven, right?
Yeah, that's true. I
And
mean,
I
yeah,
and it was like
Beckham
you
played
could
on the right,
hardly think of a left like a
but
left
they weren't
winger.
left-footed. They weren't left-footed. Beckham wasn't
No, but they
left-footed.
were right.
Ronaldo
Yeah,
wasn't
because the
left-footed. Sorry,
sorry.
wasn't right-footed.
No, but Ronaldo was the exception.
Yeah,
Ronaldo is kind of
Beckham played
like
right mid
the
as well.
new
He wasn't.
generation that changed because a lot of them, like Figo, Beckham. Oh, geez, what can I think of? The Portuguese number seven, Charisma. All these guys, they were just classic number sevens, right? And I think it's that Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo in that era was where it started changing, where you started having, um, like that whole Chelsea team. You had Robin cutting in. You had Duff, who used to cut in and shoot. You
Yeah,
started having those kind of players.
yeah. You saw
Um,
having the Bales, like the
mhm.
yeah. You just had those just right wingers. Well, the right mids turned into right wingers, so they needed to be more left-footed so that they can cut in. But then when you're a right mid, you can be like the thing I don't understand is you can be right-footed and play on and play and you can be left-footed and play on the right. The
Yeah.
problem is that right now there aren't that many left-footed right wingers. But I believe I was having this conversation. I can't believe who it was with. But I was saying the best right winger in the world right now. I think I think it was on the chat with Ease on Treble. Um, is Salah? He's the best right now, and
Oh yeah, because we
that's
had
why he
talked about the
demanded
best.
that contract.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
because we were
more
talking about
valuable
the
in the
best
market.
players in the EPL in each position.
Yeah, the right winger is
Yeah.
Salah. There's no competition in the market right now. He's more valuable. He's more valuable than Mane was. The Mane is. That's why Liverpool bet on him, and I agree with that. In the end, I agree. You can always get a right-footed left winger. There's so many of them, like you said. Um, you know, to be honest, I think I will say this though. I think Liverpool really should not have gotten Gakpo in January. They should have saved that money, topped it up, and went and got Kvaratskhelia. I'm telling you, man,
Mm.
he would have done very well for this guy. That would have fixed your problem on that wing, and then Nunez will come good. He's too young to not come good. Um,
Nunes will, yeah, and I
he
do
has
agree with that
everything.
because he's more.
People need to stop comparing him to Haaland. He's not Liverpool's Haaland. He is just Nunez, and he's going to be a good. Just like how nobody was comparing Giroud and Ibrahimovic because they were big, strong, what's it called, and somewhat agile. I know Ibrahimovic is way more agile than Giroud, but nobody was comparing them. Come on, people need to
Yeah,
stop doing that, and you'll come good. But yeah, that's what I think. That's my thoughts on the right wing. It doesn't exist right now. It's what are you doing, Kama? Lucky. Yeah, that Rodrigo last night was when he set up to shoot it too. I was looking, I was like, nah. I'm like, but for part of right when I said nah, a part of my other brain said, "Yo,
yeah,
go close him down," and then he hit it, and I was just like, "Oh, that looks delicious." And then they showed the angle from his perspective, and he literally bent it around Kimmich.
yeah. That curl was. Oh my god. Yeah, no one was saving that.
Delicious.
Nobody was saving that. And speaking of that, like the goal, that was like you said, that was literally City's. That was like you said, it was a golazo, and that just. I don't think that goal nullified Munich. I think Munich actually stepped up their tempo, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously it was. Geez, man, Upamecano. Like I don't get what happened there. What else was I going to say here? And fair play to Inter Milan yesterday. Oh yeah, I didn't watch the game yesterday.
Yeah, I watched the highlights. Oh, Inter, it didn't look like much was coming from Benfica, but Inter, they, I wouldn't say they got lucky. I think,
Yeah, like a
and it wasn't
Barella.
anything that was like against the run of play or anything like that. It just was the reality that Benfica wasn't going to be their day. But I think they can come
Mm,
back. It's more likely Benfica comes back than the way these guys score for fun in the Champions League this year. Only
yeah.
Napoli is scored as much or more. Um, I think they can come back. It's more likely for them to come back than Bayern, even though Bayern is a better team.
But it's just the opponents, right? Like, yeah, that's gonna be
But
a
I
tough
mean,
one. Like,
it's
coming
the
back to
opponents,
those
but
games.
Bayern is at home, but Benfica is away, right? So I think it's more likely Benfica will win away than Bayern will win at home especially against the City team. It'll be a
Yeah.
miracle, and if it happens, I would gladly play Bayern with this Tuchel, gladly.
Oh yeah, another thing I was gonna say too was the Munich game. I didn't like Sommer. Like, how is he still the goalkeeper? How is he the
Oh,
Swiss?
Neuer broke his leg, like
No, but
terribly.
how is he? How is he a second string goalkeeper?
Oh, probably because he's German. Probably because he's German
No,
and just
he's
wanted to
no, he's
and loves
Swiss.
Bayern. It's
He's
just like
Swiss.
Lunin. Why is Lunin a second string goalkeeper for us?
No, no, Sommer is Swiss. He's Swiss is number one.
Oh, so he's Swiss. Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's
But
like
sorry, what I
really
meant,
like
what?
in
Yeah, you're
international
right. My bad.
tournaments.
He's
He's
Swiss.
really good. So I'm surprised that no team has ever gone for him. Like, it's crazy. But he
You'd have to check
kept
his
he
age.
like
He might just be too old to bet on him.
you know what? He's been playing for a long time. Actually, you're
Right.
right.
So you're just
How
looking
old
like,
is he?
well, you're an age, goalkeeper. Um, you wouldn't start at a top team,
Yeah.
but if you're willing to take a pay cut, you can come and play for us.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's 30. Yeah, 34.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Wow!
What a
Rodrigo shouldn't have
transfer
headed
there.
it down. He should have
Ooh.
just ran. You should have ran in front of him or
Good
like headed it
recovery
wide.
from Koulibaly there.
Yeah, Koulibaly wasn't going to let him out mouse him.
He should have tried to cut. He should have tried to slow down the play.
He should have tried to slow down and play. He tried to head it forward, and that's allowed Koulibaly to catch up.
Yeah,
Really,
it's
what he
like you
should have done
gotta.
was
That's where
right here.
It's where you play, right?
He
You
didn't need
gotta
to head
know
it.
who you're.
If he was going to head it down like that, he should have headed and crossed his body. Beautiful tackle. Okay, Enzo, Mr.
Okay.
Argentina.
Oh yeah, Limbo. What is your take on Enzo Fernandez? I know a lot of Chelsea fans are happy he's here. They think he's the best midfielder in the world. I think he's all right. I don't think he was worth the price tag, but they don't. The players don't make. They don't call the shots when it comes to price tags. But what is your take on Enzo Fernandez so far since him being at Chelsea? And then we've got
Yo, Vinny is so strong. That's what. Oh, golazo! Goal! Oh! The magician.
Woo!
Madrid.
That was Modric, eh?
Yeah, no,
He
Limbo. I
got
like to hear your
excited by
take on
Rod.
Enzo too, because there are some key career matchups happening right now in this game. Number one, Enzo and Fede Valverde, because remember, instead of Jude Bellingham, they were going to go after Enzo. Jude didn't come, and
Yeah.
and Enzo would have taken. You would have taken Fede or Camavinga's spot, and since Camavinga play left wing, left back, he's definitely taking Valverde's spot. So Valverde needs to, Valverde showing up is a little bit less of a career battle, but the big one is
Mm.
Carvajal and Reece James, because there's been so much link between Real Madrid and Reece James, and I've been saying for a minute, Real Madrid fans have been saying for a minute, Carvajal's done, and he keeps trying to resurrect his career again in every Champions League game. Man, he's run. Fofana's still out there. Yo, Limbo, you must be punching the air. What is Fofana still doing out there?
Especially to get 1-on-1 with Vini, man. That's not oof.
That's a card. But anyways, the other one, yeah,
Oh, Felix,
Carvajal and Reece James.
man.
That's another career. That's why that Carvajal chip for the first goal to Vinny. When I saw, I was like, Carvajal, you needed that. You needed
That
that.
cra- Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jao Felix made the
Oh,
one class there, man. Wait, what time are you on? Oh, I guess you're probably ahead. You're like
51-40.
51. Sorry? Oh,
I'm at
51-40. Okay.
51-45. What is that? 10 seconds? 5 seconds?
Yeah, you're probably like 5 seconds. Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Literally
That was
five
it's funny.
seconds.
We flipped for the Arsenal Man City game,
Yeah.
Arsenal Liverpool game. You were 5 seconds ahead.
Ooh.
Get there, get there. Good, good, good. Easy. Easy. Oh, why are you popping it in the air?
Man, Chelsea, yeah, Chelsea's panicking right now,
Yo,
man.
they're so open.
They need to
Look,
hold possession. Like Chelsea
Sterling is
needs to hold
frustrated.
possession for a little
João
bit just to
Felix will play
gain.
for 90 minutes. That's one thing I appreciate about him. Um, Conte is not fit. He's not match fit. He's fit, but he's not match fit. I'm surprised he hasn't played Mount. Kovacic. Oh, Koulibaly is down. You can't even take
Oh,
out Fofana now.
ooh.
Hey, Koulibaly. This is what happens when you come and all you do is eat crumpets, man. Dude came to London, and all of a sudden, he started. I'm like, yo, is that a belly? Yo, you're just chilling on that Todd Bowley
You haven't
money.
loved that shepherd's pie and Guinness.
Shepherd's
Oh my god, man. Let's see here. Uh, who do
Wow.
they have on the who's Chelsea's backup on the bench right now?
For center back? Ugh.
Yeah, oof. Let's
I
see
don't know.
here.
Yo, Limbo, who's your backup?
Aspilicueta, man.
Who?
Aspilicueta might have to.
Aspilicueta. Isn't
Aspilicueta,
that guy
yeah,
like is he on the bench?
yeah, he's on the bench.
Wow, coming back from that concussion? Is he the same person?
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one,
Hasn't
man.
played?
Yeah, they don't really have many options, to be honest.
Chalobah, right?
Chalobah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, so
Chalobah is
he's
there as
going.
well, and
It's
Cucurella.
over. Yo, it might be 4
Yeah, I
0
guess
guys.
Cucurella, yeah.
Chelsea fans, it might be 4-0 because Fofana is on a yellow. And you bring in Cucurella, who is defensively unsound. But I guess, yeah. Hey, all the best, eh? All the best. But it's Lampard's fault. If Lampard had, but I mean, you have five subs. I guess in hindsight, if he would have taken out Fofana, he'd be
Now he'll be
in
down
trouble.
2 subs. Yeah, he'll be
Yeah,
down only 3 subs. Yeah,
but
so
I mean, other than I mean, Aspilicueta would be the only person you could bring on. But I don't even know if Aspilicueta is. I don't think he's
like
fit
to
for
be
this
fair,
kind
man, like
of
these guys are professionals, right? Like, yeah, you're on
intensity.
a yellow. I think it's about managing it, and I think Frank was probably trying to get to the hour mark before he made
He was.
changes because you don't want to start making changes too early, like you were saying, because anything could happen in the game. You could get a red card, and then you can get an injury,
Yeah, no, it's
and then
fair.
that throws your entire
He
game
managed it
plan.
well. I mean, and Kamavinga also has a yellow on Reece James, right? So
Yeah. Like Chelsea is still in this game. They just need to, yeah, I like what they're doing now. Just pass the ball around. Don't make any rash passes. Just keep the ball. That's what you need in games like these. When
I
there we
think
go.
Felix cannot beat Alaba. He can probably beat Militao because he will use his wits against. Oh yeah, Fofana, good for you. If only that was Vinicius instead of Kamavinga. Interesting to see what's happening here. Think I think I think Vinicius Jr. has pinched into the middle more, central more. Let's see once this ball gets thrown in.
Oh, yeah, Valverde is more on this side now too, on the left.
Yeah, that was a bad overload. That was just too much. Yeah, he's like I got him. He's not gonna pass me on pace, buddy.
You can switch it up. Okay, I guess it's too late now.
Yeah.
So who's playing the middle now, like a center backs for Chelsea? Is Cucurella playing that?
No, it's Fafana and Thiago Silva.
Oh yeah, Thiago Silva. Yeah,
Don't forget about Thiago.
I keep forgetting, man. That I didn't realize he was on the pitch. To be honest.
Yeah, he just came back from recovery, right?
Yeah, I think he gives you probably like 10 games a season, but he plays in the important games. Like it feels like like Thiago Silva he just saves himself for the big games,
He does.
which is fair though. He's like what 38, so I
Madrid
would.
gotta watch out though, because the way James is pinching, he's gonna go wide. Yeah, he's gonna play it. Yeah, that's what they're gonna try to do. So I'm saying, you gotta watch out for that.
Why is there nobody in the middle for Chelsea? Oh my goodness.
Oh, Rodrigo, be better. Yo, Camavinga, recover. Yeah. No, Carvajal. Yo, man, Militao. I love when he does that rollover spin and pops himself up so easily. Even Sterling had a laugh.
Yeah.
Somebody show wide for him.
It's so crazy that just 2 seasons ago, Sterling was linked to Real Madrid.
Oh, beauty! Beauty! Bell, that's a yellow. That's a red. Yes, that's a penalty. That's a red card. I told you it's over. Is that Cucurella? Cucurella's so stupid.
Whoa, isn't that Chilwell? Ooh, straight red.
Chilwell, you're an idiot.
Was he last player?
He was the last
Was he
player for
last
sure.
defender?
He was the last man.
Oh, Chilwell out, man. Holy.
See, he didn't even fight it. He's like, I had no choice. Look, Cucurella. Oh, you're right. Cucurella is playing center back. What is wrong with Lampard? Yo, I thought he pulled Fafana and was putting Cucurella on the right back.
Well, because remember they're playing 3 at the back, right?
No, they definitely went back to 4. Cucurella is playing as a center back in 3. No, he was playing 4. That's why Chilwell was the one who got him. Man, and Fofana's on a yellow. I apologize for yelling in the microphone. I should have pulled it away from me when that was happening. But did I not call this? Did I not say you guys are gonna get a red? I said you guys are gonna get a red. I called this. This is why Frank was not needed. Just use the interim coach as the interim coach and just go through the motions. This I hope doesn't become embarrassing, but as a Madrid fan, I know my boy Alfie will agree with me. I hope it's as embarrassing AF.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yo, no, Alfie wouldn't do this right now, would he? No, Alba wouldn't.
What? Okay, I guess Alba. Yeah, he definitely is a free taker, I guess.
What's that?
Ooh. Okay. Just went through.
He didn't get enough. He didn't wrap his leg around it enough. It would have bounced. I thought he was going to put a ball through over the wall. He was overcommitting on that right side.
I think he was focusing too much on the bend, like getting it around the wall. So.
Yeah, you're right. Rodrigo is going to become vital now because his movement is going to be critical on that right wing because Sterling's going to leave. Sterling's going to get tired or leave shit open. That's a foul.
So I think Mount might come on now because you need Mount's energy because Mount would track back. So I think Mount might actually come on.
Yeah.
I don't see
who's warming up. You should probably see that by now. Oh, yeah, that's a foul. Who's warming up? Yo, I think our boy Limbo. I think Limbo might have just pressed the power button on the TV.
It's gone
Hope he
quiet.
didn't, because you guys are still in it. Let's keep it very real. Like I said, Madrid is not going to go 2 legs without conceding. If
That's
they
crazy.
do, at least we know they're going the right way. I love James, man.
Well, with the
James.
red card, that changes a lot of things, right? With the red, so hard to say.
Well, Chilwell is going to miss the next match, so I don't know what he's going to do in the back. I think if Enzo gets a yellow, he's out of the next match. I think Chelsea has 3 or 4. I think Fofana is out the next match. I
Oh,
think there
really?
was 3 players on yellow cards before this game. Let me see.
That's wild, man. Looks like Cucurella will definitely start the next leg then.
Oh, definitely. Real Madrid just needs to keep their heads. Just to keep their heads and not and play with the same intensity as they were. They can't drop off because these guys have a red. I hate when teams do that. You're playing into, especially a team like Chelsea that likes to play off of that's
Ooh,
not a
what a
foul.
touch.
That's not a foul. He yeah, he didn't look like he knew much. Yo, Camavinga, easy. Yo, Camavinga, he does that so well though. He's on a yellow.
Man, this guy has been tackling today, man. Kamavinga.
Yo, he's a
He
tackler.
stopped like James's run like every single time. That's crazy.
Yo, James, man. Yo, Chelsea fans, who is your best player? You know who I think it is already. Who do you think is Chelsea's best
Yeah,
player?
I didn't see the Chilwell red card. Was it fair? Yeah.
Yeah,
It
last
was a
man.
straight, yeah. He just walked off. There was no
He
arguing
didn't.
on that one.
I don't think any Chelsea player was arguing about it.
Yeah.
It was just sort of this. They were kind of begging the ref, like, go easy, and then Chilwell just walked off when he saw red.
But he had no choice though. Last man, last defender.
No, he should have left it. He should have left it 1-on-1. Maybe at full pace. Maybe Rodrigo misses. Maybe Rodrigo gets saved. Maybe Rodrigo scores and it's only 2-0. But at least you're in the net. Like it's a bad decision in the first leg away. Absolutely horrendous decision. It's a non-Champions League football decision. Oh. Let's see who has a yellow already.
Yeah, I could see that.
I know. They're only showing it for
No, it's just Kamavinga and so Kamavinga for Real Madrid, then Chilwell with the red and Fofana with the yellow.
I mean, ahead of this game, I wanted to see who had a yellow ahead of this game.
Oh, true.
Oh, you can see that, but maybe we probably have to go to the Champions League website. Oh, he took off Chow for. Oh, okay. So now at this point, he's just straight counterattack. Let's just stop the bleeding before it gets worse.
Well, because that's sort of smart, right? Because he's got yeah, because he's like you're still in the game. Like think about it, just Real Madrid just want to go up. That's it. They can still have a healthy squad back in London, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Just play as
who's Havertz coming
pragmatic as possible. Yeah.
Who's Havertz
yeah,
coming
this
in
is
for?
like Mourinho football, and who best to play Mourinho football than his favorite student? Yeah.
No, but who did Havertz come in for then? Kovacic? No.
No, Havertz came in for oh, true. Who else?
Oh, they said Shallow. They said Shallow. Oh, yeah, Shallow is in as well.
He did come on. Yeah, he did come on.
Okay,
did
so he took off Sterling and João Felix.
Okay, I was about to say Sterling needs to come off because he's not a defensive. Yeah, he's not a.
No, he's not. But at least he's your counterattacking point. I mean, Havertz is not going to get you on a counterattack. Especially with Militao there, he's not going to be able to do anything. And we know what's probably going to happen. He's if he holds up the ball and slows down the game, and your team comes up, you're going to get hit on the counter. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't agree with that. I would have kept Sterling or Zhao. I wouldn't have removed both of them. I would have probably removed.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, because who else could they
I
bring
would have
on?
removed. I would have
Alternative.
removed Fofana again. I don't like. I don't know why he believes Fofana is doing anything spectacular on Vinny.
What about Mudrick though? Mudrick could have been a good for the
Oh
pace.
my goodness. I think Mudryk is depressed and is not happy with his move. And the coaching team sees it because it's the same thing. Like Potter didn't like him. He didn't use him. Ole in a trench in a waist Ole in a waistcoat 2.0. Because I know 1.0 is Scout Southgate. But and
Yeah.
then the interim manager didn't use him either. Yeah, I don't think he's much beloved. It could be his attitude. It could be he
Yeah,
doesn't like
that's interesting.
tea and crumpets like as much as Koulibaly.
Oh my God. Alfie asked socials, what team do you support? The one and only, the great Manchester United. The great Manchester United.
I mean, you didn't have to say. You
We're on
didn't
the
have to
come
put
up.
great in
We're on
front
the
of it.
come up. We're on the come up.
You didn't
What?
have to put great in front of it.
Hey, you're always great, man. You know,
Oh
once
man,
being
no,
great,
no,
always great.
I'm just teasing you, man. I'm just teasing you. It's as a Arsenal EPL fan, you and I have both been in the same boat when it comes to EPL for a minute.
We're
But
finally getting out of the dungeon, man. Oh my God. I think someone posted it's been like 20 years since no, it can be 20 years since Arsenal won the league. I don't think so. Has it been that long?
yeah, wasn't it in the 90s? Yeah.
No, Arsenal won the league in like the 90s. No, they won the league in like '05, I would
No,
say.
you're right. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm
That's
saying.
been that
It's almost
long,
20
eh?
years. It's almost 20 years. Yeah. 05.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
2004. The
Four. Sorry.
2003-2004 season.
It's four. It was
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
we got
because that was the season because Mourinho came in right after that, I believe, or did he come in before that?
Mourinho came in right after that, and he took
Right
and
after that, and that's
that's
when the
when
entire
he
landscape just changed.
that's when all Arsenal fans hated Chelsea. Really, all of England hated Chelsea.
Yeah,
Right? That was the I'm the special one.
that was the end of the classic Premier League
No,
era.
no, no, no. Mourinho came in 2007 after Inter because Inter was 2000 and Inter
No,
won
no, no,
Champions
that was
League
his second spell.
2005. Huh?
No, so he did Chelsea
Oh,
first.
second spell. Sorry. Yes, that
Yeah,
was his
then he
first
went
spell.
to Inter,
Yes, he did come in
and then he went
2005.
to Real Madrid. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
and then
remember he
he
had
went to
that
Inter,
phone
then went to
call.
Real Madrid, then went back to Chelsea.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was 2005. He came there because he was there for 2 years.
was it 2 or 3 seasons? I think it was there for two.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
he
think he was
finished
there
the
for
third
two. Yeah,
season.
he was there for two. Yeah, you're right. And then he went to
Inter.
why did he go to
He,
Inter again? I can't remember.
why or when?
No, I'm trying to think why he left Chelsea in the first place. Like in the
Oh,
first.
Ibrahimovic. Sorry, Abramovich. They didn't like each other. You
Oh
remember? He
yeah, they
was
had a disagreement. They had a
yeah,
fallout.
yeah,
I
the
do
fallout
remember
because
that
he brought
now.
in like Shevchenko and a bunch of other players, and they didn't.
Ooh, your favorite player is coming on,
I'm telling
Asensio.
you, there's nobody better
Asensio.
to bring off the bench, but there's nobody worse to start.
Oh, gee.
Asensio. Yo, Alfie, my
No,
man, what do you think about
this is
Asensio?
some
What
bad
realistic?
news here.
What's your
Sorry, this is some bad news here. Alfie's a Spurs fan. Wow. So I guess 20 years
ooh?
doesn't seem like
That doesn't seem so
doesn't seem too long.
long. This guy's got
Oh
this guy's
wow.
got generational hurt.
Yeah, I guess they'll stop counting on that one.
So I
Yeah,
got top my
that
vote for
makes
the
sense.
first
Why
time.
you said you want Napoli to be to knock out AC Milan. That makes sense. Oh boy, I actually forgot that Tottenham was in the Champions League. Oh wow. So what was your question to to Alfie? But I guess he's a Spurs fan, not a Madrid fan. So I don't know if
Yeah,
you're
no, no.
relate.
I mean, he clearly appreciates Real Madrid, which means he clearly appreciates quality, which makes me question why, Alfie? Your heart doesn't deserve all the heartache that you're getting from the wrong side of North London. Um, when it comes to Liga, you and I are friends. When it comes to Premier, we're enemies. But
Yeah,
um,
I
I,
think the only
I'm,
thing
I'm
that Spurs and Real Madrid have in common is probably the purple. That's about it.
that's
That's about it. Yeah, that's
that's jokes.
craziness.
Don't forget the white.
Oh yeah, the white too, and I guess the blue. Oh
Yeah,
my god, just the
literally
colors,
they
man.
are
Just the
us,
colors.
just without any of the mentality, any of the history.
Wait, okay, so I wasn't sure if that I was reading a legit article, but it was talking about like Asensio was being offered a long term contract at Real Madrid.
Not a long term. He's been offered a new contract. He'd been offered a new contract for a while. Just they
Okay.
weren't. He didn't like the value. He thought he was worth more, and we were just like, no, you're a bench player, man. You're not the best. You're not even a high quality. Like you're not a top quality right winger. Even though there aren't that many right wingers. Like, anyways, he's a squad player, and we just need him to accept that. I don't know if they reduce the cost. I don't
Hmm.
know if he accepted a lower cost, but
Yeah, because I know Arsenal was sort of linked with him as well
that'd be
at
great.
the
But again, he'll
time.
be a squad player. He's not starting over Saka. I'll tell you that much. And that was the second best right winger we agreed was in EPL right now is Saka.
Yeah.
And I would even argue in the world. Is it a growler from Asensio? He only scores goal at souls, I'm telling you. He only scores goal at souls.
Oh my goodness,
All he does. Best there's nobody better to come off the bench.
that's crazy. We are just talking about him just now. Asensio. I guess perfect comment for that. But I'm confident that Real Madrid will win their 15th Champions
Oh, I
League,
respect that.
and I want them to.
Not
To
many
be
people would
fair,
say
I'm
that.
I'm in the same boat. There's no
Not
other
many people
team
would
that
say,
I.
oh, what a goal. Not many people would say that though, Alfie. I appreciate a lot of people, in fact, and that's why Josh and I are still friends because he's a sensible human being. A lot of people are like, it's gonna be City. It's gonna be City. Like, I'm telling you, like, there's it's something about this team, the core of this team and this competition. And it started with he brought this mentality back on La Decima, and he didn't deserve to get fired after the second, but allowed for the historical, legendary leadership of Zidane to come in and do what he did.
Yeah.
City for me, I think Bayern lost because of their board. They shouldn't have switched up Nagelsmann. Because if they're only going to lose 3-0 switching off of Tuchel, I guarantee you they probably would. Nagelsmann would have at least drawn against this guy. Um. Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I have to go, but I'll be back. Thanks, Alfie. Really appreciate your contributions to the chat. Definitely made the chat more fun. Same with
100%.
Limbo as well. It definitely made it more fun. As always, continue to hopefully you can subscribe and continue to check us out. We'll be doing more watch alongs like these for the big game. So definitely appreciate your input.
100.
No. Sorry, you were saying about Munich losing the game yesterday due to their
Yeah, no,
board.
I was saying in terms of our biggest competition, yes, is of course. Sorry, give me a second. Our biggest competition is for sure City. That's everybody's biggest competition.
Yeah.
But there's no better midfield in the world, and there hasn't been for a while.
You know what? And I think the only people saying City would wanting City to win are probably non-Premier League supporters. Because I don't think anyone that's a Premier League supporter wants City to win that trophy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, a lot
especially
of
when you
it's
see all
true.
the away stands, like the Northam Forest chant
Not
when they
anymore. Not anymore.
like
But a
basically
couple years
making fun of
back,
them for not winning the Champions League.
but a couple years
So
back, you guys did. Right, a couple years back, you not you guys, but EPL fans were all about EPL is two EPL teams in the final, and EPL home EPL win. That was City, Chelsea, that was City, Liverpool, right?
Yeah,
And so,
exactly.
but now everybody's tired of City doing what City do, bringing in Al with all that money, and it's just like people are just tired of it, just tired of these autocrats. That's why United is entertaining these bids. It's like, how else are you going to stay relevant? Hit that. All right, hold up, I'll be right back.
Ooh, that was a little soft of a foul. A little soft there.
Yeah, but Carvajal is this. Oh, yeah, that's not soft. That's a red. We've
What?
seen that be given for a red. He went studs into the shins.
Oh, true. Okay, I didn't see it from. Okay, now they showed it up close.
That is a red.
They did not look that bad.
No, look at this. That's a red. Yo, they might look. They might bring this back. Are they looking at it?
Ooh.
Okay, let's see this goal.
It's not the Premier League, right? If that was the Premier League, that would definitely be a
If those
red.
Premier League, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why
It's
Casemiro
crazy how
never got
like
a red until he came to Man United.
well, if it was Casemiro, then it would be a straight red. They won't even need VAR for that.
It depends
It
what
would just
jersey he's
be.
wearing. Never got a red with Real Madrid, man. Not once.
Oh my
He
god.
never got a straight red or two yellows in a game.
Yeah. But it's crazy, like growing up, like the Premier League was the toughest league, like in terms of officiating. And now it looks like it's becoming the softest league for it,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, the VAR I think hurt EPL the most because it allowed the commentary, which there's a lot of commentary in on EPL. They had that they allowed them into the conversation when it comes to these things, and so the
Yeah.
moment VAR did that and allowed the commentary to enter the conversation, these refs started to second guess themselves. And when you can see it's a different sense of refing with VAR in EPL versus when I watch like Italy, Serie A, or Liga. Passing
Yeah.
time though, see the pass. We want to get three minimum, like I said.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop him right here.
There's always these golassos that just kind of it's like the it's like the knockout punch, right? For a lot of these, because Chelsea was still in it, and then
It was a
that
red
goal
card,
from
man.
Asensio, man, that came at the right time
It
for
was a
Real
red.
Madrid, but not for Chelsea. Yeah, because if they had held on to the 80th mark, then it would have been different. They could have probably held on for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think Real Madrid tends to crumble in the last 10 minutes when they only have one only by when they're only leading by one goal because it really gets to them. Um, they kind of get frantic a little bit, and I agree with that 100%. If they had done if they waited till the 80th minute, it would have been fine. Good call. Good call. Good call. Yeah, he was okay. They clearly had a plan for Modric and Cruz, um, but they had a plan for Vinicius Jr. They had an idea for Vinny and a plan for Cruz. Kante was on Cruz. Kovacic was on Modric, and then we see what happens.
Ooh, Napoli's down to 10 men.
Would you say
Napoli's
Napoli?
down to 10 men.
Who is it?
Who is it here?
Because if it's that midfield guy, it's over. They're not gonna make it.
Zambo.
Oh no, they're fine.
Because my one of my group chats popped off. People pissed off because a lot of them had predicted Napoli to go through.
A lot of people predicted Napoli. I'm straight up like, nah, AC. When I saw
There's
the
a hundred
matchup, I'm like,
dollars
it's
on the
gonna be
line,
Milan
man.
derby for the
Oh my
semis.
god, there's $100 in the line, so everybody's already getting frantic right now.
Yeah, a lot of people said Napoli, but we'll see. I mean, there's still a second leg, and if even if Osimhen isn't back, I think you know
At
they know
home,
each
yeah,
other.
you're right. Napoli's at home. That's the thing. You always want to be at home in the second leg for some reason. I just feel
Yeah,
like
if you're not
playing away
winning
in the
by
second leg is always the worst. Like if you, it's one thing if you're coming to the second leg with a lot of goal difference, then
yeah,
cool.
or
But
even the second leg didn't matter. I felt like the first leg matters more now than
mm,
it did in the past when you were home because of they got rid of the away rule. Because in the away
mm,
rule, like the away goal rule, I liked it. I really did. People say, oh, but it created this, but excuse me. I still like this format, and I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I just don't think
yeah,
I just don't think it I still think it creates this lopsidedness ultimately. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a foul. I'll take a yellow for that. Ah, Militao.
oh
That all happened because everything broke down in the midfield when your boy Ceballos was trying to do too much.
a yellow card for that really? Hmm. Oh, that's why Carvajal was like really upset. He was like, okay, if you're gonna give a yellow card for that, then you should be given a red for Mason Mount's challenge on him.
Yeah, but Mason Mount just came into the game. Militao's been there this whole time. He should know how this ref
Uh,
is. If he
doesn't
gave a
matter,
red, if
man.
he gave
Like
a red
sometimes,
to, if he gave a red to what's his face, Chilwell, he's gonna give a yellow there.
yeah. Sure,
Yo,
man, he's
guys,
on.
keep your heads. Keep your heads. Keep your heads. Just counter the fuck out of them. That's out. Yeah, it's our ball. Give him the ball. Drop the ball. Drop the ball, Argentina. Drop the ball, Argentina. Looks like him and Benfica. This is as far as they were gonna go, no matter what, whether he stayed or waited.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's a advantage. Thank you. Look how slow Enzo is. He looks like struggling. Oh, Vinny,
Yeah,
you
he's
didn't want to
tired,
pass it
man.
to Benz.
Oh,
When
that
he
was
went
kind of
inside, I
selfish,
thought he was gonna
man.
cut it to Benz.
That was so selfish.
That's what Sane was doing yesterday.
But yeah, has there been any update about the punch, like Mane and Salah and Sane going at it?
No, I haven't even read that article. It's just what you said about it. And I just think it's because he was very selfish. Unless he's something else happened. I don't know what else it could have been, but
I know they said I watched the coverage on Sky Sports. They just said that there has been no comment from the club yet
of
on the
course.
situation.
It shows you the break. It shows you, that's why I said Munich lost because of the board. That decision to with Nagelsmann, like you're gonna shake if it either works exceptionally or falls apart beautifully. Like or it's beautiful destruction. Oh man, this is the kind of This is how I like to watch my football. Relaxed. Kind
Honestly,
of just
man, I
accepting.
haven't. Yeah, I haven't had that feeling since in a long time, man. Where you can just watch a football game and just relax. Um, like before Ten Hag coming to United, it was just every game was just you felt defeated going into every game, right? Or you knew you were going to come out frustrated. Ooh, what happened there?
Yo,
Whoa,
he
whoa,
he he was
whoa!
caught by Cucurella, and then he thought the ref was gonna blow the whistle, but he didn't, and so he just got
That
mad and threw Cucurella down because it was a counter.
shouldn't that be a card?
Yeah, he did get a card.
I'm surprised that's not even a red. Like that's a
No, that's not a
kind of
red. That's
malicious,
not a red
bro.
card foul. He just pulled the guy back for a counter. He
All right.
kicked at him. It's not a red. Come on. I don't, no, nobody would
I'm
ever
just saying, I'm not
complain
saying
to.
it should be a red, but just judging from you know modern football and refs decision making these
I'm
days,
telling
right?
you,
If
that
you
is
don't know what's a
only
foul and what's
English
not a
refs.
foul, man.
Only
You know,
English
maybe
refs,
the
and
slightest
it's when
touch
they're
is a
refing
red
English
card, but
teams.
like the most aggressive touch, it's like, oh, a warning. So I'm just saying, no, I'm just saying based on. Oh my god.
I don't like this. Get him off the ball. Get him off the ball. Beautiful. Ooh. That foul happens to Vinicius so often, and they never call it. That where he kicks it past them,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
he's in
you
front
get
of, and
body
he just
checked.
and he just blocks them off. They call that on Vinny all the time, and it's so wild that they just called it when he does it. Man, I wanted two more goal. One more goal, man. So funny how what's his name? Lampard rocking blue so hard, man. Blue on blue on blue.
Yeah.
Guys, blue to the heart.
Oh my god. Yeah, he definitely loves his blues, man. Went from Chelsea to Everton, then now back to Chelsea.
And City, don't forget City.
Oh yeah, he did work at City for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he played at
He
City
played
for
at
a while.
City. He worked at City after
That was
because
such
that's
a
where he finished.
random
He loves his blues, man. You said it.
that was random though. I'm surprised when
Oh, what a
Chelsea came.
ball! That's it. Oh, you suck, Asensio. This is why he shouldn't start. Around the box, fine. Look, now just play it back. Just let a midfielder deal with it. Thank you. Let's get a goal. Let's get a goal. Let's put these guys in the coffin. Right now, they're
To
just
be
in
fair,
bed.
though, I don't think what's his name was fast enough for that.
Who?
Um,
Asensio was not fast enough, but
I
Asensio
mean
should have.
Benzema. Even if he passed to Benzema, I don't think
No, yeah,
Benzema
Benzema
could
was
have
fast
held
enough.
on.
Benzema was fast enough against who? Silva, Chaloba, who?
Yeah,
He
against
was all
Chalobah. Yeah,
alone. If he
you're
played it,
not.
you know what I'm saying. If you played it to Benzema's left side rather than in front of Benzema, if you played it so that it
Into
bounced,
space.
yeah,
Yeah.
he would have been perfect. If Kepa's not gonna come out, if Kepa comes out, that's a waste. He's just asking for Benzema to chip him. Look at Lottie. You never lose it. Look at Lottie.
Okay.
Oh.
This guy's got the techers, eh?
I can't. It's sometimes it's hard for me to dribble in my cleats.
I know. This
let,
guy's
let
doing it
alone
in dress shoes.
let alone it's
Oh
just
my
in the Hugo
god, man.
Boss.
Yeah. This guy's got that oh my god.
And he was a midfield, right? So yo,
Yeah,
Cho,
you
I
don't
need
lose certain
you.
things you don't lose, man. Certain things you do not lose.
Well, yeah, you drill into your brain so much.
It's like Alfie's back. Um
What
I'm
up?
surprised Chelsea sacked Tuchel back in 2001. Sorry, 2021. They were actually good. when they had him.
I would agree. There
Yeah.
was no need for that. Todd, like I said, Todd Bowley must be the Chelsea's biggest troll in life because I don't know how a fan would have made such a decision that Tuchel was not a the best coach that you could have. Then Benzema, oh, that was 3.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, who else was there available? Well, like the plan to put in Potter, he actually thought Potter was he. Todd Bowley bought Chelsea and thought Graham Potter was a better coach because of what he was doing at Brighton. Process that.
Well,
Bayern
that's
Munich
basically what.
fires Nagelsmann to put in Tuchel, even though Nagelsmann was on track to win a treble. Process that after beating one of the favorites of Champions League this year, PSG. Process that. This guy has to be Chelsea's biggest troll. And if I was a Chelsea fan, I would be calling for him to sell the team. And it sucks because he just bought it, and he is not. He's
Yeah.
probably lost more money, so he's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
than
he's
he made to
definitely
it
not selling
as a
anytime soon, man.
billionaire.
He's got to recoup that money.
He's definitely not going anywhere. At least 5 years, you guys are stuck with him.
It's actually it's funny that the other day what I'm saying is about to be might be controversial, but I was thinking about the other day, and I think Abramovich might buy the club back when all this stuff is over. Hopefully, it's over sooner than later. Everything that's going around the world, I think he might just buy it back.
Do you? Yo, Rudiger is a G. Did you
Ooh,
see that? Rudiger's a G. Also, I
wait,
don't
what was
think.
Mount doing? Was Mount trying to score from there
Yeah, he was trying to
with the
score.
rebound?
Sure.
Oh,
He should. Of course, he's going to score from there, right? Oh, you mean Havertz?
was
Havertz
that
trying to
Harvard?
score
Oh, it
from
was
there. That
Harvard
was
that took the
ridiculous.
second shot. Like, what were you thinking, man? Like, you had so many Chelsea. Like, honestly, some of these football players, man, they drive me nuts. I know I'm watching from TV and it might look easier than it is. But come on, man. Like, you're a professional. You should know where players are on the pitch.
No, I agree
Like,
with you.
how can you have two players free at the edge of the box and you thought the first instinct was to shoot from that rebound?
Agree, 100%.
When you need at least a goal to salvage. It's not like you need a goal. Oh, man.
Don't cross it. Come on, guys. Let's get that goal. Let's put these guys in the coffin. Easy. That's a touch, right? Oh no, he messed up.
Ooh, that's a good question. Would I rather sign Osimhen or Bellingham this to
Very
Man
good question.
United? Ooh, that's a tough one. Actually, I would rather go for Bellingham because I think our midfield needs more help than our forward. Even though we need both, we need at least two midfielders in play, and then we need a true number 9. Um, I wouldn't. I would take Bellingham if he goes for like 80 mil. I would take him for the price tag currently at 120. Nah, I don't think so.
150.
Would not, was it
150
150
for
or
Belly,
even
man.
worse? No,
Real
I
Madrid,
wouldn't. I
man.
wouldn't go for
Not doing less than 100.
150 on Bellingham. But in terms of forwards, Osimhen is like my third choice. I would want to see. I'll say Ivan Toney's my first choice, but we know what's going on. He's got the legal cases. He's got a legal case pending right now, so I don't know what the outcome of that will be. But then my second choice is Harry Kane, just because Harry Kane has proven it in the Premier League. But once again, if we're going to get Harry Kane, we need to fix our midfield so that way Harry Kane can do what he does best, be in the box scoring goals. So the main thing is we just need to fix our midfield. But if I was to choose one or the other, I will go for Bellingham on a $80 million deal.
How much would you
That
take
was a long answer,
Osimhen
but
for?
sorry.
How much would you take Osimhen for?
What is he priced at the moment?
I don't know. I think everybody's priced at 100 million that would go to City, PSG, or Real Madrid. minimum 100 for any of those players, man.
Yeah, but Osimhen is not. He's not English. He's Nigerian too, so a lot of times the price tag drops a bit. And he's coming from Napoli, so I'm
Let me put it this
thinking.
way: would you pay more for Bellingham than Osimhen? So wait, would you
Oh
pay more for
man,
Osimhen than Bellingham?
yeah, I'll pay more for Bellingham. I think Bellingham can give us. I think we need more of Bellingham's attributes. I think we need more of that.
Really?
I think you just, yeah. I don't think you understand how bad our
Really?
midfield is right now.
Yo, I think you guys needed Enzo more than I think you guys needed Enzo more than Bellingham.
Well, yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, we need a cam, but I'm just saying if we're just talking about Bellingham
I don't think
versus
you need a cam,
Osimhen.
man. I don't think you need a cam. I think you need a striker and a center mid because Ericsson is not your center mid. It's not
No,
Ericsson
he's
does not
not. Yeah,
have
he's
the
just playing
bottom
the
three.
role. Yeah,
I
at
think
the moment.
Casemiro, Bruno, Enzo, Osimhen, or Kane. You guys are doing big things. You need a striker first and foremost because if you wait, you're gonna lose out. Because Real Madrid is gonna need one in 2-3 years, right? Maybe
Mhm.
closer to two. Maybe even next year, because we know Benzema is staying one more year at least. His contract expires; they're only going to renew 1 year at a time. And Nunez is gone. Holland, you're not going to be. Holland's not going to come to United after City now that he's played at his dad's former team. He's never going to play for United, so that dream is gone. Osimhen, what other top level striker that would play on any top team is there? Unless you guys go and get Triple Moting, who you could probably get for cheap from Bayern, and probably and he's oh no, Triple came from PSG.
Mm,
I thought he came from City. I mean from Chelsea.
no,
I
he
don't know.
came from
He came from
no, didn't he
PSG.
come from like the French league?
Yeah, PSG.
Yeah, PSG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Um,
hmm.
there's nobody else. There's nobody
Yeah, there
else.
really isn't.
Osterman, Kane, Nunez, Holland, Benzema, Lewandowski. You know Benzema and Lewandowski aren't coming to
Nah,
Man
definitely not.
United.
Not a chance, man.
So you only have Kane and Osimhen.
What about Sabitzer?
Oh yeah, and yeah, I forgot about
Oh yeah,
that.
Sabitzer was a
Forget
good
Bruno,
addition.
Sabitzer,
Yeah,
and
Sabitzer.
and Enzo. You forget about Bruno. Play Bruno on the right. Play those three. Play 4-4-2 with those four in the middle,
Who?
and then play. Huh?
With who? Wait, play.
I'm saying if you had an Enzo type player,
Yeah. If you're an Enzo type player, then why would we need Bruno on the field?
because you guys love your Bruno.
Yeah. Um, Sabitzer, no, Sabitzer is definitely a good signing. He's definitely a good addition to the team. I don't. I would like to keep him as a. I know every time I say squad player, Jeff gets all worked up. I would like him to be. Nowadays football is not just the first 11; it's the first 13 or the first 14 players, right? Because of, we have a lot of games to play. So I would definitely like Sabitzer to sign a permanent deal with United, but I don't see him being our, you know, week in week out starter. I don't think he's quite there yet. I need to see a bit more from his game, but what I've seen, he's solid defensively. He's good on the ball, and in the recent games that we played him in the 10, he's been popping up in good areas in the box. So definitely a good addition to the team for both Messi or Ronaldo.
Oh no, you can't do that. You can't. You can't ask us that question. I mean,
That's
it's
a tough
obvious
one.
where I'm
Yeah,
going.
yeah, that's a tough one too because Ronaldo played for Manchester United as well. Like Messi, I have no links to Messi, and Messi also beat my team France as well. So it's, but if I was to take all the bias, all the everything, then I would give it to Messi as just strictly from football, like literally the ability on the ball. I will give it to Messi. But other than that, that's about it. But that's about it.
I, I'm Team Ronaldo, top Real Madrid scorer. Come on, like there's just legend of the game, legend of Madrid. Like I can't compare when both Ronaldos over Messi in my perspective. Um, if I had to choose, if I was creating a team and you told me to choose Ronaldo or Messi, I would choose Ronaldo because he can play. Peak Ronaldo could play anywhere with anybody. Peak
Mm,
Messi, he needs people to create the space. That's why the Barca system works so well. That's why the Argentina, when they built it around him with Solari, it works so well. Not Solari. I think Solari is a new coach.
Solari, yeah.
Um, but that's why he's not working at PSG because everybody is running forward. Everybody is all over the place. There's no
Everybody's
system.
playing
There's no
his role.
structure.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to play his role. Nobody's really creating space. When they create the space, then they clog up where he's trying to go next. Um, I've I don't think we've seen enough of Messi in different environments to really say he's better than Ronaldo. If he never won the World Cup, nobody would ever be able to definitively say, unless you were a fan, that Messi was better than Ronaldo. Now that he's
Mm.
won the World Cup, everybody's like, oh, this and this and that. But can he play in any type of system or lack thereof? No, I've not
And
seen it. And in fact, when he's been the last 3 years at PSG, he's fallen apart. He's failed. Messi drops in form in a farmers league, and everybody's talking about Ronaldo's done, and even though he was top scorer in the EPL last season. Sure, everybody's talking about Haaland and this and this and that, but Haaland is what, a decade and a half younger than Ronaldo. So like you can't compare. Like we're comparing apples and oranges. When we and then we forget that we're trying to compare Ronaldo in the toughest league, the biggest league, the most competitive league in the
mm,
world against Messi in a farmers league with Neymar and Mbappe there. Who else was there that was on Ronaldo's level at Manchester United? Give me one person last season. Nobody. You think if Messi was the only person at PSG, do you think they would have won anything? So this whole Messi Ronaldo argument, I think, is it's kind of a red herring to not give these guys their dues as legends of the game and have shifted the dynamic. Um, and
mm.
let's be very real. Messi and Ronaldo changed the bracket for income as a top level player. And that
Yeah.
allowed for everything we're seeing with the autocrats and everybody who thinks they're going to make money in the game. Because the way they paid PSG came and bought 200 million for Neymar. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they came in earlier and tried to do that with Ronaldo at at United or Messi when Pep Guardiola left? You know, I
Yeah.
mean, that's the thing, right? Messi just grew up there. He owes Barcelona his career with what they did when they brought him in from Argentina. So long answer, but I've had a lot of thought, a lot of conversations about this. That's why I kind of laughed when you asked the question, Alfie.
No, you're right. And like he says, Ronaldo all day for me, but Messi is really complete and technical. And that's kind of when I answered and I said Messi, I was thinking of it from a more complete, if you're talking about, his footwork, like you got to think about it. Like this guy just destroyed football, the best players in the world with, I would say, with a left foot and the drop of a shoulder, right? He's hard to get
Ooh,
the
but he
ball off. He's
struggled.
pretty
He
quick.
struggled with the old way of defending. The game changed.
Yeah.
He struggled against the Inters, right? He struggled against Mourinho's Chelsea. Like he struggles against Bayern Munich. Good defenders whose coach is about structure and balance. He struggles.
Mm.
So
You're right.
is
And
he
I
that
think
complete, or is he just a complete? He's definitely more technically sound, but I feel like
you're
Ronaldo could
right.
be
You're right.
anywhere in
Because
the
if this
top.
was, if this was science and we're in a lab, we have more samples of Ronaldo, right,
Oh
in
yeah,
different environments versus Messi. We only have Messi in one environment, which is Barcelona
scientists
and
got to speak like
Argentina.
scientists.
And I think in sorry,
It's a scientist got to speak to the science.
yeah. But what's it called? I'm not I'm a scientist, but yeah. But it's kind of like what you were saying because even in the World Cup, I did not think that Messi was the best player for Argentina. like you said, a lot of Alvarez was way
Di
more
Maria.
impactful.
In fact, Di
Enzo was way
Maria,
more impactful. McAllister was. All these
yeah,
players, they ran their socks off for
yeah.
Messi, right? And that's
Even
why
even for the
when,
Conmi ball, Di Maria was the one who took them
oh
over
yeah,
the line. He was the one who took them when Messi went down. He took them all the way. Like,
yeah, Di Maria was actually instrumental as well.
yeah. And then the
So
coach did a fantastic job. Like, that's what I'm saying. Messi flourishes in a complete system. But in terms of the complete forward, it's Ronaldo. Ronaldo's a complete forward. When people say Messi's a complete footballer, possibly. But I think Ronaldo can play in any system, but I've not seen it with Messi.
and people also forget too, right? Like there's two versions of Ronaldo, right? There was the
Almost
the
three, man. I feel like
oh
I might
yeah,
be seeing a fourth.
sorry.
I think it might be
And
seeing
it's
a fourth.
in
Like
terms
the
of
first
style
one
of
is,
play.
I guess, let me ask you to the point that you're about to make. Do you think that the Manchester Ronaldo was the same Ronaldo that we saw at Madrid?
No,
And do
a
you think
different
that
Ronaldo.
the Madrid Ronaldo was the same Ronaldo we saw at Juventus and United?
Was a bit, yeah. Oh, you're right. Because I think in Juve and United, he was basically just a pure number nine, right?
Yeah, he was.
Versus,
He was. You are not playing any defense.
yeah, your
Whereas in
job is
Madrid
just to
he
be in the box
evolved
and
into that, and he had a perfect support, the best supporting striker in the world, Karim Benzema,
yeah.
who who
That's what I'm saying.
coincidentally is
Like,
also
so
the
when
best
people say the
striker in
whole
the world.
complete, that's, I was just trying to bring that point of when people say complete player. Ronaldo also had those skills in his locker as well. Like he had the control, the footwork. Like Ashley Cole is still probably having nightmares from from Ronaldo's like second season. So he had those moments, right? Like, over. I remember back in the day when they used to have those Jogo Bonito commercials.
Mm,
You wanted to be either Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, and Ibrahimovic. Those were like the three
yep,
most skilled players in terms
yep.
of just tricks and stuff. So yeah, I think people kind of forget that Ronaldo was once that player. And I think you're right. I think we're the Twitter generation, the online generation. People, I find a lot of fans don't really. They kind of go with whatever the buzz is. If everybody says, "Oh, Messi's the greatest," everybody just jumps on the bandwagon, and no one is taking time to actually analyze their point of view, right? Or their opinions. And I think,
Even as much as to say that it depends on who trolls hardest. If Ronaldo fans troll hard, they will push the rest of the world who are peripheral soccer fans to think Ronaldo is better, right?
yeah,
The World Cup soccer fans, the ones I'm talking about. But
yeah,
this World Cup, because that's what I'm saying. If Ronaldo wins the World Cup, I guarantee you, if Ronaldo wins it, if Portugal wins the next World Cup, and I keep saying Ronaldo because people say Messi won the World Cup. No, Argentina won the World Cup. Kylian Mbappe won the World Cup. There's a difference.
yeah.
Right? I think that's what people are missing is that if Portugal wins the next World Cup, is the argument even still there?
No, not even a
Ronaldo
chance.
would have won more in more diverse ways than Messi. So it won the same amount with more diverse ways than Messi. Messi didn't deserve at least two of the Ballon d'Ors that he's gotten. He didn't deserve this year's. That is indisputable. He didn't deserve the Lewandowski year. That is indisputable. What now?
Yeah, and it's not. And this is not to throw shade at Messi or witch hunt. It's
Nah,
just,
I would, I
I
would,
think
I would,
sometimes,
I wouldn't do that.
no, no. At the end of the day, I think they're both two greats that we just need to just appreciate that we got to
Yeah,
watch them play their game, right? And I think
yeah.
people also forget that Ronaldo also
We grew
won
up with them.
the Euros, which I think honestly to me the Euros is comparable to the World Cup in terms of intensity and
Yeah, hey, don't,
the
don't,
number.
don't,
It's
don't.
basically literally like, because the Euros is basically
Careful,
what
careful
is
now.
basically 60 to 70% of the World Cup teams when you think
I
about it,
mean, even if you think about
except for Brazil and Argentina
you,
and
you're,
maybe
you're talking about in the knockout stages. Yes, it's
yeah,
60 to
exactly.
70% European, right? But be careful. Mbappe said a similar thing, and he got effigies
No, no, I'm not saying
during the
obviously the World
Argentina
Cup is still the
celebration. So
biggest tournament, but if you're talking about like competitiveness, obviously the World Cup is always going to be the biggest because it attracts everybody.
no, no, no. He
It's a
said it about
special tournament.
CONMEBOL. He said it about CONMEBOL. He's saying that you playing in Europe. He said playing in Europe is tougher than in
Oh
South
yeah,
America, right?
for
And
sure.
like no, nationally, he said that it's harder to win the Europa than it is to win CONMEBOL. And
Like the
Argentina
Euros, you
fans,
mean?
sorry, the
Like the
Euros,
Euros?
sorry, it was harder to win the
Yeah.
Euros than to win CONMEBOL, and Argentina fans got cheesed.
Well, everybody would, right? Everybody would, but the
It's
CONMEBOL
not
that's
a lie.
basically Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and you're always going to have one of a country that pops in,
Yeah, it's just those
randomly
three.
here
Let's
and
be
there.
very
But
real.
yeah, I think Neymar and Suarez deserve the Ballon d'Or when they were at Barcelona. That's fair as well.
That's why when 200 million got slapped on Barcelona's desk, Neymar said, "C'est ici, c'est Paris." That's exactly what happened.
J'arrive.
Suarez also was unlucky. I think if Suarez would have stayed, I don't know. I don't know if Suarez really deserved it. Maybe if he stayed at Liverpool and kept doing what he was doing and took it and elevated it again, but at one point he was the best striker in the world without a doubt. Probably for a good 3-5 years. Maybe
Yeah,
3 years, because Benzema was right there with him. Just he was overshadowed by a bigger shadow, which is Ronaldo, than Suarez was at
at
Barcelona,
Barcelona.
because Messi gets you goals, um, so Messi wins you games, but Suarez would get would do something, he would get fed by Messi,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Whereas
He
Ronaldo
was
was
basically
being by
he got fed as a product of Neymar and
and
Messi,
Messi.
right?
Whereas
Yeah,
Benzema was he's not gonna get fed by Ronaldo or Bale. Let's be very real. He's gonna be
yeah,
feeding them, and that's how it worked. Um, but I agree with you on Neymar for that was that one season where it was him. It was him who Messi went down, Suarez went down. He put Barcelona's back and took him through for the league. Took him. That's when they won the treble with Enrique that year.
yeah.
He was phenomenal. 2 years later, bye. And
Oh,
that was all their fault.
do you guys think Neymar is better than Lewandowski? Oh, definitely, hands down.
I mean,
I
not as of 2023, but
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 even in Lewandowski's prime, first of all they play different role. They play different
they play
positions, right?
different roles. Yeah, but
Lewandowski is a
so
nine.
then you'd have to answer that question in terms of their value, how their value to a team. I think Lewandowski is the more valuable to any team because of um how low we are on top quality strikers than we are on left wingers or
Mhm.
attacking midfield players. I think there are more comparative attacking midfield players and left wingers that you would take, that you may not take over Neymar, but if you had to take them instead of Neymar, you would be like, okay, fine, I'm fine, I'm happy, and you don't have to pay that Neymar
Are we
premium.
talking? So, Alfie, are we talking in their prime? Or are we talking right now? Because they're both past their prime. I think Neymar is past his prime.
You don't think Lewandowski's past his prime?
That's what I'm saying. They're both past their
Oh, they're
prime.
both
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. Is Alfie referring to when they were both at their prime, at their primes versus now? Because now they're both past their prime. So that's a. I'll still say Neymar is probably still, yeah, because they're both past their prime. They're still valuable to teams. I would
Yeah,
say
no, I
all
don't think.
time. Okay, all time. I don't know. I'll go with Neymar. I think Neymar. I think Neymar will. I think he just does more in a game. Because you have
I
to remember,
agree.
Lewandowski has a similar story as Messi, where he was obviously before he in Dortmund he did well, but once again it's the German league. It's you have a oil machined Munich, especially back then in Lewandowski's prime. So it's kind of hard to say was Lewandowski. Yes, he was good, but was he also benefiting from Munich as a team, right? As well. So versus Neymar, I think Neymar in his prime or like all time, he could have walked into any team and would have just bossed it, you know. But it's hard to say.
Yeah, I 100% agree, man. I think Neymar all time better than Lewandowski all time. What's your answer for that? What's your answer for that, Alfie? Who you siding with? As a Spurs fan, I'm probably gonna end. I think you're gonna say Neymar because you're probably a Kane. You probably think Kane is better than Lewandowski. I guess that's the question. Question back to you, Alfie. Who is better,
Shoot with the best
Lewandowski?
player.
Who's better, Lewandowski or Kane all time?
Ooh. I guess Kane was supposed to be Lewandowski's replacement.
I
That
mean,
would
who
have
do you
been
think, man?
perfect.
Who you mean his successor for? It's funny. People keep talking as if Benzema hasn't been the best striker in the world for a longer period than one season, man. I keep saying it. This guy Lewandowski could not have played with Ronaldo. He could have played really bad with Messi. But anyways, I'm interested to see Josh. What's your answer? Kane or Lewandowski all time?
I think this is a tough one because I'm a little more biased because I've seen a lot more of Kane just from being more of a Premier League watch like a viewer than a Bundesliga
Oh, but
viewer.
you know what he's achieved, right?
Yeah, but I'm stripping this down to not the teams. I'm stripping it down to just them as individual players, right? Um, as individuals, that's a tough one, man. I want to lean towards Harry Kane because Harry Kane he's just seen lately with Tottenham. He's not just a number nine. He can do a lot more. He's got passing range. He can definitely beat players, and he can score from anywhere. Right. I'm not saying Lewandowski can't score from. I see a lot more Lewandowski's goals in the box. So that's where for me it's kind of like he reminds me of like Holland right now, right? Like Holland is scoring a lot of goals in the box, but he's not really showing me anywhere outside the. He's not really showing much outside the box. So it's kind of the same thing with Lewandowski. So that's why I would say
Oh,
Harry Kane.
that's an interesting perspective because then does that mean, while Alfie answers this question, does that mean that you think that Holland is more like Lewandowski than he is like Kane?
At the moment, yeah,
Would you agree with this statement? Benzema is to Kane, so Kane is to Benzema as Lewandowski is to Holland.
yeah,
Hmm.
because Benzema does a similar, right? They drop back, they can create, they can attract, they can invite people.
They can score from outside the box, anywhere around the box, any type of way in and around the box. Yeah.
And also the players that when nothing is, they can actually like decide games, right? That's another thing too. Is like if you have a player where okay, nothing's working, Benzema could just decide the game on his own,
Yeah, you're
right?
right. I
Like
mean,
Mbappe, those kind of guys. These guys can just say, you know what, I'm
I
winning this
got
game
this.
today, and they get it done.
You know what's funny? I think our boy Eves would agree with you because he's had a lot of issues about Lewandowski. Um, I
Well,
guess
he
not.
has had a lot of issues about Barcelona players, man. He's going through a roller coaster type of season.
He's going through it
So,
hard. He's going
oh
through
my
it
goodness.
hard, man.
Well, at least they're doing better than last season, though. Last season, Barcelona was a
Oh,
disaster. Last
oh
season.
my goodness! Last season, Barcelona was the only team more disastrous. Last season was United. This year, it's Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
Third
you're
favorite
right.
of all
Yeah.
time. Third, yo, Alfie, who's 1 and 2? Oh, Messi, Ronaldo. Who's your
Okay.
Josh
Hmm?
in your lifetime? I mean, in terms of since 2000,
Yeah.
since 2000, who's your top five?
Ooh, I think about this one, but just off the cuff.
Sure. No, let me change that. In the last decade, since 2010, who's your top five? Because I'm trying to take out Zidane, Ronaldo. I'm trying to take those out. Who's since 2010? Who's your top five?
Oh, I'm trying to take those guys out.
Yeah, I'm taking those guys out because they weren't at
Uh,
their prime after 2010.
oh yeah, no, they were definitely not at their prime for sure. Jeez. I want to say like football kind of that's when I think football really changed for what it is today in that 2010 2012 era, like that after Spain won that 2012 Euros. I don't know. That's the top five. I don't know, man. That's a tough. Okay, I will go with.
It's not that hard though, is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anybody that really like was like, oh wow, this person is like something I have to think about. Like, who is yours? Like, how about I'll flip
Okay.
this question to you. I got to think about
Okay.
this.
Well, Messi, Ronaldo, obviously 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Um, Neymar.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so let me take out Neymar.
Trying to think like
I'm
who
trying not to put
can
in
blend,
Holland and Mbappe. Okay,
but they're
so
more
I'm gonna
recent. Yeah, they're more
I'm
recent.
gonna
Yeah.
leave Holland and Mbappe out. So I'm gonna say Messi, Neymar. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Benzema.
Oh yeah, I could put Benzema in there too.
I'm gonna say Modric. He has been a more complete midfielder since Zidane, I would say.
Okay, so since 2010, and who's your fifth? Was that four or five?
That was 4. I don't know who my fifth would be. I
Okay.
haven't figured out my fifth yet. I feel like it's gonna have to be. I guess it's Neymar. Yeah, I guess it's Neymar.
Yeah,
There's really
it's
nobody
hard not
else
to
who
put
kind of.
Neymar in that conversation, right?
I know it's hard for me to do. I can't think of anybody in the EPL who's been, that good in the last decade.
That's what I'm saying. That has really caught my eye. But in terms of just my, could you put Salah in that?
Salah,
Oh, Alfie. Okay, no, Alfie. We're talking after 2010. Man's just putting
yeah,
Zidane, Maradona. I'm like,
yeah.
yeah,
We're taking. You got to sift out. We got to sift out the legends that we
yeah. We
we
got to.
we, we
Yeah,
barely
that's not.
saw. You know.
Yeah, no. We're talking after 20, like from 2010 onwards. Yeah, I would definitely say obviously Messi, Ronaldo. You can't. I think you
Yeah,
you know
that's
not
easy.
have them in
It's
there.
three. It's 3, 4, and 5, which is very difficult.
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
yeah. Honestly, okay. My fifth one is gonna be biased, but that's just that's just my that's just me. But I would go with
Oh, Beckham.
no. Beckham
I
was
thought
after
you,
2010 too. Yeah, Beckham was
okay.
done.
Beckham was before 2010. You're right. Beckham was before 2010. You're right.
Yeah, um, yeah, because 2010 was when he went to LA, right?
Yeah.
Around that area, around that time.
That
I
that
would say basically so I would say yeah, Messi, Ronaldo. I'll put Neymar because I gotta think at it from like people that I enjoyed watching, right?
yeah, there really isn't
Um,
that really hasn't been that really hasn't
hmm?
been anybody, man.
Sorry.
There really hasn't been anybody. That's why I brought that
Yeah.
question up because I felt like Neymar wasn't getting his respect from us. Because we think about the Neymar now, the Neymar that left for $200 million because of PSG said, we'll pay for your grandkids to go through life, you know.
Yeah.
um, but that Neymar story, we don't really give that much credit to.
Yeah. I don't know. I was gonna say, you know what? Okay, so this would be it. Neymar. I'm sorry, Messi, Ronaldo. I'll put Neymar in there. I'll put Iniesta. I think Iniesta was somebody who was just
Ooh,
like, yeah, I'm like, this guy was also underrated. I think Iniesta should have won a Ballon d'Or at some point too.
I
Like he
agree. I
was
think I would
very
take out
instrumental
Neymar
to
and
that
put in
Barcelona
Iniesta
team.
gladly.
Yeah, and I'll just add Pogba in there just because Pogba is.
Oh, yeah, that's what you meant by
Yeah,
your bias.
that's what I meant by my bad. Because if I'm thinking just in terms of if he was healthy, he was fit. I can't think of too many players in the game that's better than that guy. So
Um, I mean, Iniesta. How are you not putting? You think he's better than Modric? No chance, man. I
But
can't believe
it's
you're
not
throwing
about
away.
that. That's what I'm saying. Is like people that I enjoyed watching. Like Modric for me, I think Modric for me has been like in recent times that I'm like, okay, yeah, Modric
No
is good.
way.
No,
Recent.
no, he's always been good since Spurs. Don't get me wrong. He's always been good.
No, but what do you
That's
mean
why I
by
said I'm
recent time?
biased, right? That's what I'm saying. That's why I said the whole bias
Oh,
thing.
okay, fine. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
like I like Modric. Like he plays because so this is the thing, right?
That that's like
I
Alfie
feel like
saying
I feel like the things
Kane
that
is
Modric
better
does,
than.
I think Pogba can do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like from a skill standpoint, there's a lot of things that players can do that Pogba can do, but there's not many things that Pogba can do that other players
That
can
other
do as
people.
well. Right? Like Modric, yeah, Modric is great. Like Modric is great,
What? There
at
are
what
things
he
that Modric can
does.
do that Pogba cannot. That Pogba only dreams he could do.
Okay, but who destroyed Croatia's midfield how many times? They faced each other so many times with Rakitic and Modric. Who came out on top? Pogba and Conte. You know what I mean? So I think people forget that. Like, I'm not saying that
But
Modric is
with
not
Mbappe up
good.
at the top, come on. Who did Modric? If Modric had Ronaldo up at the top, he would fucking eat food. Come on, man. You keep
No,
forgetting.
I don't.
The forwards dictate the midfielders' play. And the midfielder who can dictate the forwards' play is a
Okay,
more
but
valuable
you can
asset.
make
I
that
don't
same
think Pogba can
argument.
dictate the
But you can
forwards'
make the same
play.
argument about Pogba at Manchester, though, right? Like, who did he have there? Like, think about. So
But
that's what I
what did
actually heard somebody
United
say
what did
this the other
United do
day, and the
with
person
Pogba?
said, put any of these players that we all like, KDB, Modric, all these players, put them in that United team that Pogba had. I don't think they would have had as much of what Pogba did there. I don't think it would be comparable. That's
No,
what I'm
I
trying to
don't agree.
say.
I don't agree. Modric would have done better with that team because he is
Mm.
also a different type of leader. I'm not taking anything
I
away
guess
from
leadership,
Pogba.
yeah, the leadership part,
I'm not taking anything away from Pogba. I am a Pogba fan. You know me. I've been Pog booming since he was
yeah.
since he was Metro booming at Juve. Um, but I'm telling you, man. Listen, there's no more complete midfielder in the last 10 years than Modric. My man, look at him.
I
Look at
disagree
my
with
man
that. I
Alfie.
disagree with that, but I just feel Modric
Who is
has
more
gotten the
complete?
opportunity
Okay,
to
yes,
say
he is.
it.
The
I
only
think
person.
Modric just had an opportunity to show it on a consistent basis, right? But if you
What do
were
you mean?
looking,
What do you mean? He had the opportunity to show it on a consistent basis.
he was
Pogba
healthy,
had an
he was
opportunity to
fit.
come to Real Madrid. That's his problem.
No,
He
no,
made the
but okay,
decision.
okay. So Jeff, you're
So I'm
taking
a
the
little bit bitter.
conversation
You're
to a
right. I'm a
whole
little bit
different
bitter.
ball game, right? But that's why I said everybody would disagree, and most people would disagree with me on it. But I'm just saying, in terms of who I enjoyed watching, that was the question, right? Best of all time, who do you think you enjoy watching? I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
To me, to be honest with me, if I was to pick a prime Pogba to watch versus a prime Modric, I'm picking a prime Pogba. I'm sorry. It's just more entertaining to watch. I'm not saying that they'll probably have just as much impact in the game. They'll probably just have as much impact. But what I'm saying is the downside that Pogba has is, first of all, the British media destroyed his persona of what people thought he actually is, who he
Yeah.
actually is. And then also, like you said, he went to a United that was literally on the brinks of collapse and stayed in a very toxic system for so long with injuries and all that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's very hard um, to just say, oh, like, Modric would have done X, Y, Z. It's hard because Modric he's like you said, leadership, fantastic. He's been fit. He takes care of himself. He's fit. He's played for the best club in the world for the last 10 seasons, or how many seasons he's played it. So yeah, it's going to be hard to argue against Modric. It's going to be very hard. And that's why I said I made a disclosure of everyone's going to, it's very controversial, but I will put Pogba there as a player that, to me, I think he's a generational talent as well. I know. So Alfie has Ronaldo, Kane, Messi,
He's
Ibra.
got six though,
Yeah, he
Alfie.
put
You
Ibra
gotta
on there,
edit.
man. He put Ibra on there, and you're trying to twist my. You put Ibra and Son, and you're trying to twist my arm for Pogba.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Ibra, you can't blame him for Son. Son is like your Son is equivalent to your
Oh yeah,
Pogba.
Son is your
But
yeah.
But Ibra, I did forget about Ibra, but I can't put Iniesta. I can't put Ibra above Iniesta or
Modric.
Modric, or even
Yeah.
or even or even Pogba. Really, like I did enjoy watching them, but
Yeah. But yeah, we should probably wrap up the show.
yeah, for sure.
It's definitely wrap up the show. It's definitely been fun, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
When
Thanks.
is our next watch along? I guess
I guess next
probably.
Tuesday, which is to me the second leg.
Are there any
Um,
big games this weekend in the Premier League?
no, there aren't really. I mean, Arsenal needs to win, but there aren't any big games. Like,
Hmm. But yeah, we can save it
um,
for Champions
yeah,
League.
the Saver champions. Maybe we'll get our boy. Wait, aren't United playing tomorrow? You're going to your United club
I'm not sure yet. Might I probably will. I probably will because it's the first game, and um,
in a minute.
actually, I haven't been in the last. I haven't been for the last
You
two
didn't go
games.
last weekend.
No, I didn't end up going. The game was too early. The game
Was
was
always
way
one of
too
those
early.
7 a.m. games, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, I went out with a few buddies. We had just like a couple of drinks. So yeah, the next morning I was just feeling tired. So
Cool. Yeah. So it'll be next chance.
yeah, there really is. Yeah, you're right. There's no big games this weekend. The biggest one is probably Chelsea, Brighton. That's probably the most.
Yeah, but that's only because we all Brighton can continue to fight for top four, and Chelsea sucks.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So I guess Champions League is Champions League next week as well, or are we skipping a week here?
Nope, next week. Nope, next week.
Next week. Okay. All right, and it's on Tuesday. So yeah, we'll probably be back for the Champions League. There's still content that we do here and there during the week and stuff. So yeah, really appreciated this. This was fun.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, Alfie. Thanks for your questions.
Good
See
participation
you
today.
next time. Check us out. We're on all your listening platforms.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Deuces.